Yeah. Yeah. Huh. It's on the mic, yeah. Zoe in the zone, breaking down plays like I'm coaching from home. Women's game, rising, call it throne for the queens. I'm the conduit, connecting courts with big screens. I am Zoe Media, where the passion collide. Spotlight the hustle, bring the grind worldwide. From interviews to moves, the game's in my scope. Showcasing the greatness, inspiring hope. She cross up defenders, step back, that's clean. Highlight moments, blowing up the whole scene. From buzzer beaters, the teamwork extreme. The beauty of the game, living out the dream. I break it all down, every pick, every roll. From the layups to the swishes, every hoop, every goal. Got the mic in my hand, got the stats in my soul. Women's basketball shining, that's the ultimate role. From legends of the past to the rookies today, I document the journey, every bounce, every play. Respect on their name, they redefine the trail. Prince with Zoe Media, telling stories regale. Zoe Media, where the passion collide. Spotlight the hustle, bring the grind worldwide. From interviews to moves, the game's in my scope. Showcasing the greatness, inspiring hope. Break it all down, every pick, every roll. From the layups to the swishes, every hoop, every goal. Got the mic in my hand, got the...
What's good? What's good? What's good? What's goody? Man, appreciate all y'all for pulling up. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You already know what it is. Hey, we got a special guest with us today. We got our girl B from B Sports. So everybody in the chat, show us some love. Make sure you go subscribe to her page. She's going to drop it in the chat for y'all. Again, we got a special pre-draft kind of like breakdown. And who better to do it with? Who better to do a breakdown with than my girl B, man? Than my girl B. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Again, hit that like button as y'all come in. Hit the subscribe button. Hey, we going to have fun with this. Sit back, listen. You definitely going to learn something. How you feeling, B? You ready to get this kicked off?
I'm ready. Exciting day today. The draft is happening. It's finally here. We get to see what these guys do, what these other teams do. So let's get to it.
Yes. Appreciate everybody in the chat for pulling up early. Again, if there's a chat you want us to get to, you already know what you got to do. Drop that super chat because we're gonna have the docs up. We ain't gonna be paying attention. I only get the ding as the super chat comes through. But again, if it's something good in the chat, I'll still get to it without a super chat. You already know how we are. We family over here. Money ain't everything over here. We learning something over here. Hey, look, B. Hey, we're gonna get into some team needs. We're gonna get into some roster fills. You wanna tell them about the trade that just happened before we get to everything, man?
Yeah. Minnesota,
turn your mic up a little bit, B.
Minnesota just made a trade with the Mystics, sending their 2026 first round pick to the Mystics for Carly Samuelson. I kind of like the move.
Kind of like the move?
I like it. Cheryl Reeves don't want no rookies, man. Cheryl don't want to do with rookies.
Something about them rookies and her, man. I don't know.
She don't want to have nothing to do with the rookies. Carly is a seasoned veteran, a shooter. I mean, I think Cheryl just trying to shoot people out the gym. That's another 3-point shooter added to the roster.
Yeah. They didn't hear you explain the trade the first time. Can you repeat it again? I think your mic is still a little low. It's still a little low.
Am I good now?
You can turn it up a little more.
Yeah, hold on. Got y'all. All right, how about now?
Oh, you good now? You good? You sound like you're professional now. You good?
I bet. So the Minnesota Lynx sent their 2026 first round draft pick to the Washington Mystics for Carly Samuelson.
Yeah. So who you think won that trade?
In the future, I think the Mystics would eventually win the trade. As of right now, winning now, Minnesota just added a shooting guard behind K-Mac who can play defense and who can shoot. So you basically get the same production off the bench that you get in your starting lineup. So
That
as
makes
far as
sense.
going down, I think Minnesota won a trade. But for the Mystics and trying to build for the future, being in a rebuild, the Mystics definitely got some draft pieces that they can work with.
Okay. Look, Katie Lou Samuelson, I always felt like to me, she's always been like a taller Mabry to me. Like they kind of give you the same kind of impact. Mabry is my
Katie Lou is in Seattle. Carly is a sister.
Okay, Carly. Okay. Oh, dang, they got the shooter.
Yeah, they got the real shooter.
Dang. I mean, what did they get which first round pick did they get though?
They didn't tell us which first round pick they got. They just said that they got a first round pick. So it may be the one from the Sky.
That's what I was thinking.
But so what the Sky did was the Sky just basically got rid of the swap and just gave them the pick completely. Yeah. With that, if the Sky finished with a good record this season, both of those picks will most likely be under 6. So whichever one they got is between the range of 7 and 13.
Makes sense. Definitely makes sense. So again, make sure you hit the like button as you come in. If you haven't already, go subscribe to my girl B Sports. If you're not subscribed to IMZO Media, go subscribe to IMZO Media, all one word. Hit the like button. I want to hear y'all interact in the chat. Again, this is going to be a good day, man. This is going to be a good day. Again, y'all going to see both of us later today with Star Hoop Central crew. We're going to be doing the live draft party. Make sure you tune in for that at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern time, whichever time zone you own. Again, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure you tune in to Star Hoop Central. Type it in your YouTube, Star Hoop Central. Go subscribe over there because we'll be going live over there as well today at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. But let's get into this first team, B. Again, hit the like button, interact in the chat. If you want something important you want me or B to answer, send through the super chat and we'll get to it. But other than that, I mean, let's get started. We got a bunch of stuff to get to on both of these teams. Uncle J.E. definitely going to be a lot of capping today. It's definitely going to be a lot of capping today. So you just be prepared. It's definitely going to be a lot of capping today. But again, why not start with the number 1 pick, B? Why not start with the number 1 pick? Again, in this year's draft, they have the number 1 pick, the number 12 pick, the number 14 pick, the number 26 pick, and the number 30th pick. Last year, they finished 9-31. I think their top 3 needs are point guard, small forward, and center. As you can see, they still have Enrique, McCown. I think that'll be legit 2 starters. I don't know where Dejanay is going to fit. Do you think Dejanay is coming off the bench? How do you think Dejanay works with this lineup?
I think Dejanay will be a starter. I think if you have someone like McCowan, who's kind of slow in defensive rotations, and then you have Enrique and possibly Page, I think that's enough scoring on the court to mask Dejanay's inability to score. And her defense is great, and she plays like a free safety almost. She recovers well, so her defense will be essential in that starting lineup and making sure they get a balance of good team defense and scoring as well. So I think I would probably start Dejanay, and I don't know. maybe start Dejanay. You still got Maddie, you still got Nalissa. Those two, I think, will have to fight for who gets that 4 position. But I would probably start Dejanay.
I would start her, but they don't got a bench, B. So I'm thinking, okay, you got 5 picks, right? We can build out our bench with these picks. I don't think any of these picks, besides we already know who's going number 1, Paige. I think all these other picks are kind of going to be roster role player filling kind of picks. I think they're in a good position to fill out their bench for the next 2 to 3 years. Going into 2026 free agency with the CBA, the only people they have under contract are going to be their rookies from this year, Maddie, Lou, and I think that's it. That's it. I mean, that's it. You got literally 6 players under contract going into the CBA. Are we sure? Look, are we sure they're not planning for the future, right? Are we sure that Dejanay and Arike is for the future? Are we sure about that?
I don't know. So with Arike, I think drafting Paige kind of give you a safety net with Arike. Paige is probably not Arike level scorer, but as far as productivity, I think she can give you some of the same productivity as Arike, if not better, because she's a true point guard. She can actually get everybody on the court involved. So I think the Paige pick is a safety net for Arike. Dejanay is somebody that I think Kurt Miller really likes. He drafted her to Connecticut. He kind of worked with her in trying to shape her game. So I think even with the CBA, Kurt is going to try to work hard to bring Dejanay back. But like you said, they don't have a lot of like people coming back next season during the CBA, which could be concerning. So these draft picks really matter for Dallas.
Yeah. And look, every question I ask you, it got a point to it. I don't like to ask unnecessary questions. The reason I asked about that backcourt is because it is. They have the number 12 and the number 14 pick. Is Isaiah James one of those picks to replace Arike if necessary? Do you think they planning ahead with that number 12 or that number 14 pick? Are they going to get a score?
I think they have to. Even if it's just coming off the bench this season for that player and eventually getting in the starting lineup, you giving that player you basically setting that player up like, okay, this is what we're going to need from you, but we're not going to push you in your rookie season. We're going to let you come off the bench, get comfortable. But next season, if Arike decides to bounce, we know that you can come into the starting lineup and fill that role. Isaiah James, to me, would be perfect. The play style, the ability to create her own shot, get a bucket at any time, is kind of Arike-esque. So I think she would be perfect playing next to Paige. Paige takes so much pressure off of a lot of people because she can do multiple things. And I think playing next to Paige would kind of bring it out of her. I know Isaiah played next to Sanaya, but Sanaya is not half the point guard that Paige is. And I think that situation would probably be best for Isaiah James.
Now, I think they need a center, because I'm gonna be honest. Are we sure Tierra McCown is for the future? Are we sure she's coming back? I mean, she's their only true big outside of Nalissa, but Nalissa Smith really plays like a center. I think she might end up transitioning. So when I was doing their needs, I was like, they need a center, but I'm not sure Nalissa wants to play center, even though her play style is probably better at center. Sometimes players don't understand what they can be at a different position because they're comfortable in a position they've played their whole life. I think in this day and age, with the way that the WNBA is kind of transitioning into a lot of bigger wings. I think she can take advantage of that going to the 5. Because if you're going to get bigger wings at the 5, guess what? Those normal power forwards, they're going to be your centers now. Because those bigger wings, they're getting to the perimeter a little more. Most of your power forwards are coming out the draft. They're able to stretch the floor. We talk about the Maddies. Even the Tipsons can spread the floor for in a sense. Even Fagan can hit the 10 to 15 footer. So I think NaLyssa going to the 5 and maybe drafting a Fagan or a Tipson might be a future pick for them with that 14th pick. That number 12 pick, I'm with you on. They need a scoring guard with that number 12 pick. That 14 pick, I think they need someone that can play the small forward, power forward position. A Fagan, a Tipson, somebody agile around that kind of like range. Hey, even if Sifka falls, who knows? Sifka might fall. If Haley Van Lith and Georgia Moore creeps into that first round, Sifka might fall right into their lap at 14. That would be probably the steal of the draft if Sifka falls to them at 14. Imagine Sifka, Arike, Dejanay, Tierra, and Paige on the court together. You got defense, offense, and length. You got shooting, everything. That would be a dangerous team.
It would. And that's why the draft is kind of important, especially for Dallas, because they have like this team. You look at the roster and you're like, okay, we know the names, but how do the names play together? They need those glue pieces in between those names to bring them in, to bring them together. And like a Sifka or another player I like, they got some link to a Leonai, just a flat out sniper. I think she's like 6'2", almost 6'3", wing. She can shoot the net off the rim. She may be somebody who's available at 14. I don't know if Sarah Ashley Barker is available at 14, but she's another one that has length who can score on all 3 levels. But I agree, like NaLyssa Smith is 6'4". If Asia can play the center at 6'4", NaLyssa Smith can play the center at 6'4". And because these centers now are becoming more of like stretch centers, I don't think it will hurt her to transition over as much as it would have did when like BG came into the league. Yeah. Some players like that who were paint dominant.
Yeah. And I mean, she doesn't need the ball on offense because that's not the type of player she is. Mm-hmm. I mean, when you think about her defense, she's a agile. She gives you like a kind of like workhorse kind of mentality where she isn't really good at one thing, but she is a serviceable player on defense. She's not going to rim protect. She's not going to wow you with blocks. But if your perimeter players can actually guard, it takes some of the pressure off of her as being the anchor on the back end. Because for all intents and purposes, she is a okay rebounder. She can crash the glass. She's a big body. It isn't like she weighs 160 pounds. You know what I'm saying? They're not about to push her around. She's really a bully on the block at sometimes. I think if Kurt Miller can get this figured out as far as like how to utilize her at the 5 and spare minutes when Tierra McCown is probably in foul trouble, or they want to go with their smaller lineup, she can definitely go to the 5. And I think that could work with shooters around her, perimeter defenders. That could work with her as a 5 and spare minutes. So I kind of like that. That's why I didn't really go with a center, because NaLyssa can slide to that center. I mean, that's why I didn't go to a power forward, because she can slide to the center, but she's really a power forward. But the small forward pick is going to dictate how I think they use NaLyssa. That because if they can get a bigger small forward, she can play the 3 and the 4. NaLyssa can play the small ball lineup at center, and that way Sifka is 6'4", 6'3" herself. Now you got 2 6'3" plus players in your front court, which a lot of teams, if you look at a lot of rosters, they don't really have that in their front court. You're not about to get 2 6'3s in your front court like that. Like every team doesn't have that option coming off the bench in their starting lineup. Yeah. But when you get deeper into the rosters, a lot of teams don't have 2 6'3 people they can put out there. in their front court like that. One of them might be 6'2" and they masquerading as a power forward, but they're really a small forward. And like certain lineups, people get in foul trouble. So that can be a tandem that Kurt Miller probably can work with. But we already know who the number 1 pick is going to be. I agree with you on the number 12. I think number 26 and 30 are going to be important. I know for some teams, people look at those late second, early thirds, or even third round picks in general as training camp invites. But like you said, with only 6 people coming back next year, I think they're going to really focus on that 26 and 30th pick to have an impact. They're going to look for someone that has a special skill versus the best player available at that position. Usually when you get to that late 24 on down, usually GMs go, okay, we're going to pick the best available. I think with 26 and 30, they need to pick players with specific skill sets that they need. They don't have to be two-way players. If they're a great rebounder and they need a rebounder and 26 is there and there's a great rebounder, I think they'll take them. If they need another perimeter defender at 30 and there's a perimeter defender at 30, even though they might can't shoot or might can't give you offense, I think they'll take them because they're going to be very, very important to the roster build over the next couple years. This is going to be a young team going into next year. And those pieces are going to be important, those utility nice players. So I think that's probably what they're looking at. So, again, any final predictions on Dallas Wings, anything that they necessarily need outside of, we already know Paige is going, any skill set they necessarily need?
No, but I got a joke that I think Dallas going to be the team to drive Sedona Prince. I don't know why it's been stuck with me, but I'm like, Dallas gonna be the one to draft her right at 30, 26 or 30.
Wow.
I don't think she's gonna go anywhere before that. And you think of like Tierra McCowan, I think they kind of like height at that center position. Yes, Nalissa can play it, and we both believe that she should be given the opportunity to play that center position, but Sedona is another 6'7" center that like gonna be there. Kurt may be like, you know what? Let's just see what happened. It ain't gonna be guaranteed because we can fall back on Nalissa, but let's just see what happened and bring her in.
Hey B, that's why I got you with me, man. You the first person I heard mention her on Dallas, and when you think about their roster going into 2026. It might make sense. Because, I mean, for all intents and purposes, remember, Nalissa got traded there. Tierra McCown could be on the move. I mean, it might make sense where they're like, okay, we draft Sedona Prince, and we don't have to go all in on both of them. It might. And again, I don't think they really have a true backup center. I can see her in a backup center role, getting her feet wet first couple years, maybe re-sign Tierra McCown. If I'm them, I would re-sign Tierra over Nalissa, and I would go in and I would see, because Hines Allen, I think she's on a 1 year. I don't think she's gonna be there. I think that's a fill-in piece. Because I think she's on her last leg, honestly. I think she's on her last leg. Yeah.
She's too small.
Yeah.
It took plan afford at like 5'11", 5'9". We see Alicia Clark do it, but Alicia Clark can shoot the 3, which kind of makes her a mismatch playing at forward position. Hines Allen don't have anything special she do to make her a mismatch and make up for her height.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at this roster, do you think they have a good front court?
No. I think they got a front court that can get. I don't trust Tierra McCowan. I've seen her play players her size, and she can score, but she gets discouraged when a ball don't continue to come to her, which is kind of a problem because once you take her out of the game, she's out of the game for the rest of the game. She never recovers. Nalissa Smith has her problems with confidence, and I think it's just because the Fever just didn't value what she could do and didn't use her properly, so her confidence plummeted. She coming into this season, she trying to recover, but she still, I don't know. I still can see like an Asia or Angel Reese giving her problems. Just the physicality giving her problems.
Yeah.
Lou Lopez, no.
I'm not a fan of her.
No.
I got her overseas in 2 years.
Yeah.
I got her overseas in 2 years.
Hines Allen is too small.
Yeah, undersized.
Herbert Harrington is a shooter, but she's not consistent. Her shooting is not consistent. She'd rather be out at the 3-point line in the paint, so she's food down there. Jonah Holmes is a journeywoman. She's been to every team. Like the front court is just not wow. And they may have to address that. And that's why I'm thinking like Sedona Prince may be an option for them. As much as I don't think she should be in the league, and she can't play basketball either. But from the looks of their front court now, she may be able to wiggle her way onto the team just because she's 6'7".
So okay. Is she your 26th pick, your 14th pick? Like
30th.
Oh, you think she's gonna beat her at 30?
I think she's the last one at 30.
Wow.
I don't think people want to touch her because of the off-court things. So I think she's gonna continue to fall into a team like Dallas coming around and be like, our front court kind of weak. Let's throw something in there.
I'm with that. Let's get to the next team. Hey, that was good insight. I love that. That was good insight. Let's get to the next team. Our very own Atlanta Dream. Again, they have the 18th and 35th pick. Last year, they finished with an underwhelming 15-25 record. Their biggest needs are a point guard, a wing, and a front court player. And when I mean a front court, I'm talking about a power forward. We already know they got Alicia Gray in their backcourt with Jordan Canada running the show. I'm a Coffee fan, but not so much. They got the stretch four. And Ryan Howard, I know people think she's a guard. I think she's a wing. And Ryan Howard, Haley Jones, I'm okay. She's a good backup, kind of combo guard. I'm okay with her, but I think they can do better. If that makes sense, I'm okay with her. I think they can do better. Brian Jones, I think she's going to end up re-signing. Brittany Griner, I'm not sure if she's going to re-sign. I think if something bigger comes up, basically, think about this, B. Let's say the Aces don't get what they need in their front court. I could see them testing the waters with her going into 2026 because they just need her to rim protect. Asia Wilson's going to hold down the perimeter deep. They just need her to rim protect. In the offseason, I thought she was going to go to the Aces. I thought the Aces was the perfect fit for Brittany Griner. I thought they would be the perfect fit. Her and Chelsea Gray in a pick and roll would be unstoppable. I thought I was shocked when she picked the Atlanta Dream going there with Jones. I don't know how that's going to work. One of them going to end up having to play the 4 at times, which might be Jones, but that might still be wonky. I think one of them are coming off the bench because I think Nice Hillman should start at the 4. So I think one of them should come off the bench. And I think it's going to end up being Brittany Griner because I think at this stage, Jones gives a little more offensively than she does. So I think it's going to end up being Brittany Griner. But I kind of like some of the pieces they have. So even for them, how do you feel about them only having 2 picks? Is that enough for them to make a push this season, bringing in Brittany Griner and Brian Jones, who have been on winning teams or championship type of players that want to win? They didn't come there just to be in the draft again next year in the sweepstakes of the draft. So how do you feel? Do they have enough picks?
I think Atlanta goes as far as Ryan Howard takes them. My issue with Ryan is that Ryan plays too nonchalant to be so talented. She literally can score on all three levels, but she rather shoot the three or get to the basket. I never too much see her use her mid-range game, but in Kentucky in college, she used it a lot, which is confusing to me. But they go as far as she takes them. Alicia Gray is going to do what Alicia Gray do. She going to shoot threes and play defense. That's what she do. She probably going to guard your best player on the perimeter every night. Jordan Canada is the same. Jordan Canada is more mid-range, set the offense up. I don't think you can ask for a better point guard outside of Jordan Canada. She kind of gets it done. Like Chelsea Gray, Caitlin Clark, Natasha Howard, Jordan Canada. Those are point guards you want on your team. They set the team up. When you look at the bench, though, Haley Jones is not a point. She was a point guard in Stanford, but that works in college. I don't think she's a point guard for the league. Haley Jones is more of like a shooting guard, maybe small forward because she has the height, and she likes to play with her back to the basket. She's not really a high-level three-point shooter. I would probably try her at the small forward position than a point guard. So I do think they need to address their point guard need going into the draft. At 18, I don't know what point guard is available at 18.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. That's the problem. So they may be stuck with playing Haley Jones as the point guard because I think all the best point guards are going to be gone before 18, unless you start looking at someone like an Emily Ryan from Iowa State who guys can shoot the three and she's a good passer. She played with Audie Crook. She knows how to get the ball into the paint. She may be available, but like the Sundales, the Sellers, HVLs, Georgia Amore, all those, I think they're going to be gone way before we get to 18. The thing with Brianna Jones is that she actually played the 4 with JJ in Connecticut. So she was the 4 in Connecticut with JJ in the starting lineup.
So let me ask you this: you don't like Lucy from Iowa?
Lucy Olsen, I like Lucy Olsen. I think Lucy Olsen is more of like a shooting guard, though. She looks to score first. Like Emily Ryan, rather not score at all and just set everything up. Lucy Olsen looks to score first and then set it up. I think with this team, if you have like Brianna Jones or Brittany Griner coming off the bench, those are going to be the focal. Whichever one comes off the bench is going to be the focal point of that second unit because they've been there before. And you need a point guard who's going to defer to them first and then get their shots off of them. And Emily Ryan is probably the perfect one for that because she can shoot the three. She's long too. I think she's like 6'2", 6'1", or something like that. But I agree. Naz Hillman will probably start for me. Bree Jones had an Achilles injury. I had an Achilles injury. I know how that kind of slow you down.
She was already slow. She don't move fast anyway.
Already slow, but JJ was more agile than Brittany Griner. So JJ can make up for her being slow. Brittany Griner can't make up for her being slow. And I think that's just you play somebody like which one of them gonna guard Asia? Neither one of them can do it.
I think that'll be Naz Hillman task. I think that'll be Naz
should start. That's why I think Naz should start. Like you think of which one of them gonna be able to guard Fee. Now one of them want to come out to that 3-point line. Now one of them want to run around with Stewie. So I think you got to put somebody in that lineup who can stay with those forwards that's going to be coming at them because the forward position in the W is deep.
Right. Look. I was telling myself last night, Chicago, go ahead on and give give them Michaela and that number 10 pick for Ryan Howard. Go ahead on and do that, man. Go ahead on and give him that for Ryan Howard. Don't want to be there. Ryan Howard don't want to be there. Go ahead home. We need Ryan Howard in our backcourt Imagine Ryan Howard on our wing. Imagine that. I think Ryan Howard, I watch her play, and the reason it got a reason why I'm saying that, B. Angel Reese will make anybody play hard.
I was just gonna say that. Angel Reese is going to make anybody play like a dog. With her being nonchalant,
Ryan Howard got dog in her. You see her doing like she got dog in her.
Yep.
She just doesn't. It's just not consistent. She got dog in her. We keep saying we want a big wing that can shoot. Ryan Howard is it. I'm trying to see. Look. Even if it's not this year, free agency next year, she's gonna be a free agent. Ryan Howard would be one of my top priorities going into free agency. I'm sorry. We need a wing for the next 5 years. We don't need all these. Chicago doesn't need those interchangeable pieces every year. That's not a winning formula. You got these interchanging pieces, these 1-year players, these 1-year rentals. That's not a winning formula when your core is young. You need somebody that's going to be there with them. Yes, she's a little older than them, but I mean, it ain't really like she's out of the way. Ryan Howard is exactly what Chicago Sky needs next year. And we don't want to get too deep on Sky B because we about to get to them in a minute. But I just wanted to say that because Ryan Howard on this team, Ryan Howard is someone I wanted Chicago Sky to target this offseason.
Why do you think Atlanta isn't willing to sign Aerial Powers back? I think Aerial Powers was that dog on Atlanta that they need. She brought a different type of. Every game I watched of Atlanta when Aerial Powers came off the bench, the energy shifted. She kind of like an Angel Reese-esque player in how she approached the game. It's like everybody is dog food, dog eat dog. You take her off this roster, I don't know who you look forward to for that energy. Like Nas can give it to you, but she's reserved. She's only going to give it when somebody gives it to her. Alicia Gray, no. Jordan Canada, no. Ryan Howard, no. I think every team needs that person that's going to be like trash talking everybody on the court.
Yeah.
I don't
know
who
you think their leader is? Who you think their leader is on this team?
That's the problem.
Damn. You don't think BG could come in and be like, nah, I'm the championship player. I'm the future first ballot Hall of Famer. I'm one of probably the top 5 centers in WNBA history. This is how we're going to do things.
I will hope for BG to do that, but she kind of had the opportunity with, yes, DT was on Phoenix, but like she could have been second in command to DT, but every time a new player like Kai came on Phoenix, I thought Kai was second in demand to DT.
Yeah.
I'm blanking on her name. What is her name?
Who?
The point guard for Seattle.
Cloud?
Skylar came to Phoenix. Skylar became the second in command to DT. So I think BG is more like, okay, I'm great. I'm here to play basketball. We're going to have fun. We're going to win, but I'm here to play basketball. She can be the enforcer, but I don't think she's like the leader. I can see that. I would want Ryan Howard to be my leader. She is the best person on this team. Hands down. Talent-wise, the best person on this team. She should be the leader.
I can see that. So any last thoughts before we get to the next team? Any final words?
Nah, Atlanta gonna have to work some magic with them picks because they need a point guard. And
yeah. I mean, how you feel about Harmony Turner?
My thing about Harmony is that I don't think Harmony has the experience of playing next to good players, which can be a problem. She got up almost 20 to 30 shots in Harvard because everybody around her sucked. We saw her in the All-Star game, and she struggled to make the right play next to players who are capable of scoring the ball. And that may be a problem coming in. That's something she just gonna have to get out of her system because she's so ball dominant. Like you don't have
I
to
think she would be.
pro.
I think she should transition to the 2, kind of like you said about. I forgot who it was. I think she should transition to the 2.
Yeah,
I think that's what she's comfortable at. I think she's more comfortable at the 2. That team just wasn't good enough.
it wasn't good.
And when you're their only player, you just got the ball a lot. So it makes it look like you're the point guard of the team, but the team just isn't good. That's stacked. So you just play the point guard, but you're really the team, if that makes sense. You're just the team, if that makes sense. I think if they would have had a competent point guard, I think she would have been the 2.
Yeah.
I think she would have. They could have had Lucy Olsen there. She would have been the 2. She would have been the 2. I think it was out of necessity. I don't think it was I'm a legit point guard. I think it was out of necessity for that type of team. Just her play style. She likes to get to that 1-2 dribble pull up. Like that's point guard. That's not point guard kind of play style. Like, I don't think. Do you think they make the playoffs?
Atlanta?
Yeah.
They should. When you look at this roster, you should be like, playoff team. At least 5 or 6 playoff team.
Okay.
Atlanta roster last season wasn't bad though.
It wasn't.
Didn't make it.
It wasn't. Like, that's why I'm surprised.
Same thing. You got Brittany Griner, but you had Tina Charles. It's similar play.
Yeah.
And they couldn't make the playoffs. So we'll see.
All right. Next team up. Our very own Chicago Sky. We have the number 10 pick after trading away our number 3 pick. Yesterday, Chicago Sky and Jeff P acquired the number 11 pick from the Minnesota Lynx. They also acquired the number 16 pick. And is it the number 22? Which one they acquired from the Aces? Was it the 16 or the 26?
16 and 22.
Yeah, from the Aces, trading away our very own Hall of Fame point guard Dana Evans to the Las Vegas Aces. Chicago Sky needs our point guard, another wing, and a front court stretch 4. Again, on the roster, we got Mojo, our recently traded for Ariel Atkins, our core players in Camilla Angel Reese, traded for Rebecca Allen, Rachel Banham, traded for mid-season last year, incoming free agent, veteran, first ballot Hall of Famer Courtney Vandersloot, Kia Nurse looking for a resurgence, Michaela Wnba looking to define her role in the WNBA, Elizabeth Williams coming back from injury. We did sign Morgan Birch, who used to be with us. She's a stretch 4. She is on a training day contract, though. And we did not resign Kennedy Carter, who's still out there as a free agent. So B, I know we're gonna get into a lot of this later on, but we don't gotta name the players. But how important is it with this number 10 and 11 pick in the first round? How important is this pick, and what areas do they need to address?
You got to get it right. I think he has to address the point guard position, backup point guard, and power forward. Small forward, you kind of got like Beck Allen, Rachel Banner, Michaela, Kia Nurse. They can go back and forth because of their size. They can go back and forth between playing a shooting guard, small forward. All of them, I think, are like 6 feet and above. Rachel Banham like 5'11". Everybody else is like 6 feet and above. So they can kind of go back and forth between playing that small forward. But power forward, we saw the usage of Angel kind of take a toll on her body towards the end of the season. I'm glad
you brought that up.
I would like to see somebody behind her who can relieve her some of those duties where she can just get a breather. She plays so hard. She has to have a breather. So I think point guard, backup point guard behind Sloot, because Mariah Jefferson, as great as she was in college, injuries kind of impacted her ability to stay that same player in the W. She just wasn't able to find her footing due to injuries. I don't think it's anything with talent. I think it's everything due with being healthy and being able to actually be consistent and have good seasons. I would like to see us get younger at the point guard position because we don't know how long we got Courtney. And she's the perfect teacher for any point guard coming out of this draft. Like, you got a first ballot Hall of Famer in front of you. If you can't learn from that, I don't think you can learn from anything.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So point guard and power forward is the two positions I would kind of address immediately with the 10 and 11. And then small forward, grab what we can at 16 and 22 is not bad picks. It's going to be a small
It's not.
forward. It's going to be a small forward available.
I think I agree with you on they need to address the point guard and the power forward position. The small forward, I agree with you for this year. We got at least 4 players, maybe 5. If you want to slide Ariel Atkins right there, depending on who in the game with her, maybe 5 players that can literally play small forward and be competent at the small forward position. I think whoever we take at the wing position is for the future, not next year. Because I think, yes, we have 5 this year that can play the small forward position, but I think in 2026 we might only have 2 people, because I don't think Rebecca Allen and Kia Nurse will both be there in 2026. I think it'll maybe be one, maybe neither. I think they're both 1-year rentals. I don't see Rachel Banham coming back once she hits free agency this summer. Michaela, we'll see what that looks like. I think she's on I gotta prove it year. So we'll see what that looks like. So if you look at it from that standpoint, we could possibly only have 1 legitimate small forward going into 2026. So I definitely think one of these late second round picks, the 16 to 22nd, will be a small forward. I definitely think they're drafting a small forward. I don't know where. Jeff might surprise us at number 11 and take Sifka. We talked about her earlier. Take a player like Sifka. He might surprise us and take a player like Sifka. But I think one of those last 3 picks will be a small forward, because he is going to be planning for 2026 and beyond. I know the market is wide open in 2026 as far as free agents, but you have to control your own destiny and not kind of be like, okay, you're going to have small forwards on the market. Good GMs don't move like that, because I don't know who those small forwards are going to be, and I won't be the only team vying for them. I'm going to at least set myself up for success. Even if I can double my success, I would rather at least have some baseline success at that position. So I think a small forward will be very important in them later rounds. But I think they do need to address that backup point guard position, which might be their starting point guard by the end of the season. By the end of the season, I see it coming. Again, the season is grueling. The games are bunched together. It starts fast and it ends late. Look, I just got a feeling we gonna need a legitimate point guard going into the later half of the season. I just got a feeling.
And the thing I feel like, I hate this, because I hate when you get players who are good at masking a need, and that's Ariel Atkins. Ariel Atkins is really good at pretending to be a point guard because she knows how to just play basketball. Her IQ is there. She can do the pick and roll. She can find an open player, but she's not a point guard. That's not where she really want to play. And we seen her in the first half of the season play point guard for the Mystics. Brittany Sykes came back and kind of moved over to the 2. My worry is that Jeff is seeing that and probably won't address the fact that we need a point guard for our future. And that's where I'm like, I really hope he don't do that, because we do need to get a point guard. And I'm glad you brought up Sifka, because I remember last season with Minnesota. Minnesota, they were going out there to get a player, and we were kind of like, nah, we want to trade with y'all to get that player. We want that player that y'all want.
Yep.
I think they did the same thing this season. I think at 11, Minnesota was going to be like, we getting Sifka. We're going to call it what it is. We probably won't play her because Sherry Reeves don't like playing rookies, but we just going to get her because she there. And the scout was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get that out of you. You can get this pick for next season that you was going to have anyway, and let us get her. And the thing with Sifka is she's 6'4". People don't know that.
Yeah.
She's 6'4" and can score on all three levels.
She's a sleeper in the draft too. She's not being talked about a lot. She's another sleeper in the draft. So I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I've watched her. I watch her film. She's better on defense than I thought she would be. If you just watch her play, she kind of just reminds you of like kind of like a like I said, a taller Mabry. But I kind of watched her game instead of her highlights. I went watch a game. She actually tries on defense. She actually literally tries on defense. She don't just stand out there and get beat all the time. She actually gives effort on defense. And again, effort is one of the two most important things on defense. IQ is the other one. You can be the fastest person on the court. You can be the tallest person on the court. That's why I literally get an aneurysm when people tell me we could use her on defense. She's 6'4". Height don't got nothing to do with defense unless you a rim protector. And even then, we just talked about Nalissa. She's 6'3", probably 6'4", and don't rim protect. Like height on defense, height is secondary to effort and IQ. Because if I don't know how to guard, if I don't know how to move my feet, if I don't know what a player likes to do on offense, my height don't matter to them. Because you can be taller than me, B. But if I know you don't know how to play defense, I'm going to just take advantage of it. I'm going to hit you with the jab step. I'm going to hit you with the step through. You're going to just let me go by you because you don't slide your feet well. You don't know that I like to go left. Like those little things like that, you could be the tallest person on the court, but if you don't try on defense and have IQ, you won't be serviceable. And I watched her film. Sifka is serviceable on defense. I thought she was just a kind of like a stretch four, but she's actually serviceable on defense. I was actually surprised.
And effort means everything. If you think about the roles she will have on a team, we're not looking for her to come and start. We're looking for her to come and be a valuable piece off the bench to allow Angel or whoever she's backing up to rest. You have to remember who else is going to be on that court with her. Elizabeth Williams is not a cone on defense. She has an anchor behind her. All we need for you to do in front of Elizabeth is give some effort. Beck Allen, if she comes off the bench, Beck Allen is not a cone on defense. Like,
no, at all.
She's not going to be on a court with people who's going to like just leave her out on the island and die. If you give the effort, you have the pieces around you to mask your inability of being slow or not being able to move your feet. If you give the effort, you got the pieces around you to help you look better than you are on defense.
So let me ask you this. We brought back Morgan Birch, right? I know she got the training camp invite. Do you think that's just playing at power forward and they don't draft a power forward?
I hope not. I'm not high on Morgan Birch. I know a lot of people who are. I know she can shoot the three. She can stretch the floor. She's big. She's tall. I'm not high on her. I would still go out there for my future and solidify a piece that's a little. Sifka to me is the better scorer. Morgan Birch may be the better defender, but Sifka's ceiling is a little bit higher than Morgan Birch. I think we kind of, although she didn't get as many minutes, I think we kind of know what range of play we're going to get from her. She's probably not going to get you more than 10 points.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. So I know the point guard position is so important because do you trust Mojo as the backup point guard?
No. And my thing is, I was in a space yesterday and somebody brought to my attention that number 11 or 10, whoever we get there, can be a piece where we just buy out Mojo contract. We got the money.
Yeah, I've been saying that. Like, we don't have as many guards as Chicago Sky is making it seem like we have. Yeah. These guards can be brought out. Chicago Sky still has $3,000 and like $12 in cap space that they did not use. And I think Jeff was strategic on not using that, because I think even Rachel Banham, I wouldn't look. GMs move slimy when it comes to roster building. They say one thing and do another. They'll hype a player up because they like them and they don't want to give them bad credibility around the league. And last minute, they'll snatch the rug from underneath them, knowing that player can find another spot because I've hyped you up all summer. Jeff hyped up Rachel all summer. Yeah. He hyped up Mojo all summer. Both of their contracts can literally be brought out. We can literally afford to buy out both of their contracts. Because I know Rachel is a shooter and everybody got this hope for her, B. You only got one basketball and only 5 people can play. I don't see how she impacts this team. Yeah. She's not a championship player. She's not a proven leader. I don't see what she does on this team. Everybody keep telling me about her jump shot. When is she going to use it? I don't see her having an impact with this roster, because I think Rebecca Allen and Kia Nurse going to play in front of her. I don't see her impact.
I think Rebecca Allen and Kia Nurse plays in front of her. Rachel, to me, I think Mojo will probably be gone before Rachel, because Rachel can shoot the ball. That gives her the advantage over Mariah Jefferson.
Yep.
I think we buy out Mariah Jefferson contract. Another player that's on this that I said I think is going to be one training camp contract that's going to make the team, and that's Alex Wilson. I went and watched her tape. I know she's 30 years old, but she's athletic.
I'm a fan.
She is athletic. She's a winner, a proven winner, not in the W, but in her career, period. Everywhere she goes, she wins.
What do you think she brings to the Chicago Sky?
I think she kind of is like that Kennedy Carter replacement. I watched her game and I'm like, I see why they picked her up. Her ability to get to the rim is Kennedy Carter-esque. She got some speed to her. She got size to her. She can handle the ball. She can play the 2. They both don't shoot the 3 at high clips, but she can make the 3. And I think she's just like that just a 30-year-old veteran that we like. If anything go wrong, I'd rather go to her than Morgan Burst, Ariel, Kayla Davis, Kayla is now with New York. But if anybody make it, I think Alex is the one who makes it. And she's tough. She played defense. She's tough. But I think Mojo contract get bought out. You draft the point guard. You drive, and then you got to think about it. You buy her contract out for like what she's getting, like $150,000 right now. You give her half. Probably. You give her half of that, buy her out, and bring in 3 of these rookies. You set. Like, rookie contracts is nothing.
Yeah. You can move those around. You can buy those out. Like, rookies contracts, or especially with this CBA. If I'm Jeff, before the next CBA kicks in, I need to take full advantage of this garbage CBA that these players agreed to. I'm doing my last take advantage of this CBA. I'm buying out all these contracts that I can, because I might not be able to do it in the next CBA. I might not be able to just buy a player out and cut them. I might not be able to do it. Again, it'll be a cap hit. And again, right now, they don't have like the NBA has, okay, you can buy out their contract, but let's say a player's contract is $1 million. You can buy their contract out, but to buy it out is going to cost you 2.5.
Yeah.
The WNBA one's not like that. It's just straight cash. So going into the next CBA, I think players are going to be pushing. Oh, you want to buy me out? You got to pay extra.
Yeah.
So if I'm Jeff, I'm taking advantage of these last couple months of this old CBA, and I need to get this roster down some. Because I want all these draft picks to have a chance. Again, this roster, I don't think all 4 draft picks will have a chance. I don't think they'll get the right, because the chance isn't just the training camp, it's the opportunity. Like if you look at this roster, I don't think these 4 draft picks will, it's they'll get the opportunity to really showcase, because their play will be limited in training camp. Minutes will be limited. Yet it'll be like you got to come in training camp and just hit it off. You won't have time to grow. I think if they cut this roster down, it'll give their draft picks a chance to grow during training camp.
And I think that's what Jeff's thinking, because to add another draft pick to this draft, you have to be thinking that 3 of them going to at least compete for something.
Yeah.
3 of the 10, 11, and 16 should at least be able to compete. 22 is a reach, but 10, 11, and 16 should at least be able to compete. Right now, you can only take 18 players in with you to training camp. I think 18 players for the Sky will be 10 and 11 only.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like they got to get, I don't know how they going to do it, but they got to get this roster down. They got to, because I mean, you can't bring those 4 picks into training camp. Like, not with this roster. Like, I don't know how they gonna do it. I think over the next couple of days there'll be some brought out contracts. I mean, we'll see how that looks. I mean, it'll be interesting. What kind of power forward do you think Chicago Sky needs?
A stretch.
Do they need to play defense? Do they need to just be able to shoot? Like, what should their impact be?
I don't need them to be special at one thing. I need them to be able to do multiple things. You can be good at like Fagan, for example. People don't know. Okay, so people don't know how the WNBA works. Those 16 players that were invited to the draft is going to be 1 through 16 most likely.
Yeah, because the way it works is every team picks their top 5 players that they will most likely draft, and the WNBA board committee selects the most voted players from each team. That's how that works. So that they're letting you know. Yeah.
So 1 through 16 is likely to be drafted. So for 10, 11, and 16 for the Sky, because we got 10, 11, and 16, we just so happen to get the last one. You can look at those 16 players that's there at the draft now and kind of decipher which ones Jeff may be looking at to get. I'm looking at the power forwards that's there. Fagan is one that I think may be available at 16.
Yeah.
She's able to defend. She's able to shoot the mid-range. She's not a three-point shooter. But she kind of reminds me of being able to do some of the same things Elizabeth Williams can do. She can rebound the ball. She can shoot the mid-range. She can block some shots. That's who I would want at power forward. Somebody who can just give Angel a breather, because she did not have it last season. And I think
I want a power forward. Not to cut you off, I want a power forward that can play with Angel and Camilla.
Yeah.
Do you think Fagan can play with Angel?
Yes. Because I've seen Angel be able to move to the 5 and hold her own. I've seen her be able to play Brittany Griner and hold her own. I've seen her be able to battle with JJ, battle with Asia, battle with Tierra McCowan, and hold her own. Fagan, on the other hand,
I'm not asking defensively. I'm asking you just systematically. No, just systematically, not just like in instances. I'm asking you systematically. Can Angel Reese and Fagan be on the court together and be impactful?
I think so. Because Angel is able to Angel is a better passer than people give her credit of being. She's very versatile. The 3-point shot may not be there just yet. I guaranteed you she gonna get it. And once she get the confidence, she gonna start knocking them down regularly. But Angel is the type of player you can put at the top of the key and get a ball, and she can read the defense. And she can make a play from that. She can put the ball on the court and get to the rim. She can create her own shot. So I think her versatility allows you a little bit more room to have somebody like a Fagan who can shoot the mid-range, who can she can rebound well. So if you bring Angel out the paint, Fagan is somebody else who you can put down there and say, okay, the shot going up, rebound the ball.
Because I can see that. Look. I wasn't brought in on Fagan, but you probably that's why you one of them ones too. You probably changed my mind. That's why when I lean back, I'm thinking. Anytime you see me lean back, I'm thinking. I've been fighting people against it. You probably changed my mind. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think a little more, but I might be on board.
Think about it. Last season we had Izzy. Izzy was able to make the mid-range sometimes. Her footwork was great. She couldn't rebound the ball to save her life. So whenever Angel went to the bench, our rebounding production failed. Fagan is a better rebounder than her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fagan is a workhorse. Yeah. Fagan's a workhorse type of player. Yeah.
And that's kind of
what I was just wondering, like, I was just thinking that just watching how she played at South Carolina, I was just thinking that they would be in each other's way. Mm-hmm. Because when I look at players, I don't look at the stat sheet of how they're going to play together. I look at where they're comfortable being on the court. And if you watch Fagan and Angel Reese, they like to be in the same place on the court. They like to be in that dunker spot. They like to be on that high kneel. Like, they like to be in the same areas. Like, I think that's their comfortability. Like, I don't watch when the play's being called. I watch when it's just free flowing. I watch to see what players like to be on the court. And that's the thing I've been kind of like going against. It's like their comfortable spots are in the same areas. Yeah. So that's why I've been fighting against them playing together. But the way you explained it, it might work if Tyler Marsh sets it up right. It might work. I was
just going to say that Tyler Marsh is the one who's going to have to unlock that because there's 2 dunker spots on the court.
Correct.
We just don't want y'all in the same one.
Yeah.
And with the right coach and the right offensive plays, you got Angel and Fagan running that baseline interchangeably, I think can be a problem because they're both workhorses.
Yeah.
We're going to get rebounding regardless who's on the court if you get Fagan. If it's Fagan and Camilla, you're going to get rebounding. If it's Fagan and E-Will, you're going to get rebounding. If it's Fagan and Angel, you're going to get rebounding. It's just how Tyler makes them work offensively.
True that. Let me get to these super chats.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, know I gave you everything I had.
Shout out to Michael Marlin for the $6.99 super chat. Appreciate the love. If you like what you're hearing from me and the Queen Breakdown B, make sure you send through those super chats. If you want us to get to any important questions while we on either team, send through a super chat and we'll take the time to fully flesh out your question. So while we're going through each team, if there's a player you want to talk about, a position, a draft pick, a player that's on a roster, send through a super chat, even if it's 99 cents. That way I can actually get to it because I can't see the chat because I got another screen up in my back. So if it's something important, I'll get a ding when you send a super chat. Appreciate you, ST13, as always, for the $4.99 super sticker. Again, send through super chats. You want questions answered. If you haven't liked the video yet on both of our channels, just go hit the like button. That just shows us the appreciation that y'all have for what we bring to women's basketball. Again, like I always tell women, this is y'all sport. I'm just here to support it. This is y'all sport. I'm just here to support it. That's why you'll never hear me disrespect a lady. This is y'all sport. I'm just here to support it.
I got a question.
Thank you, Mario Stewart, for the 99 cent super chat as well. Appreciate that super chat. Appreciate that, Mario Stewart. Yeah, what you got, B?
I got a question for you before we move on from the sky. 16 and 22. If it's no power forward in the draft that Jeff liked, do you think it's possible he trades 16 and 22, say to the Mystics, who are already showing that they blowing it up for Emily Ainsley? I was saying this yesterday. If I'm Jeff, I don't care about no second round pick because none of them gonna really help me. It's just kind of wishing on a star. I'm taking 16 and 22. I'm either going to get a player or I'm going to get a draft pick. I gotta get off of that 16 and 22. It don't really look at this roster. It don't really do nothing for me. And we still got 5 draft picks next year. We still got all 5 draft picks next year. We can literally go back in the draft next year for now. I think, but if we do get rid of one, I'm gonna be for a player, so it's gonna be a roster spot. So I think we should take 16 and 22 and see last minute what team isn't really sure in that first round about who they're gonna select. Just throwing it out there. It might change their mind, Jeff. Just send all of them an email. Hey, if you're not sure about who you want to draft, or you feel like nobody is worthy of being drafted in the first round for your team. Because again, first round draft picks get paid a certain salary cap. Some teams might be like, I don't have a player in the first round that I want to pay that money to long term. Hey, we'll give you 16 and 22. Chicago, if you're listening, but all you need is 3 first round picks. We stuck with these draft picks. Yesterday was the last day to trade this year's draft picks.
Oh, it was. Yeah, so we stuck with it. Yeah, that's right. Good call out. A couple more super chats, man. Appreciate y'all showing the love.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, know I gave you everything I had.
We got 2 questions. B, I'm gonna let you take the first one. ST13 with the $4.99 super chat said, do you think the Sky will draft these players and use them to trade for a vet?
I think they could with 16 and 22. 10 and 11, I see probably being pieces that compete for a roster spot in training camp. 10 to trade for the 11 pick, you must really want 10 and 11 to be on your roster. Because why do you trade for it? Like,
it was an awkward trade, right?
It was an awkward trade. Like, why do you we had 4 picks in this draft. Why do you trade one away and then trade for it to get another pick back? It just don't make sense to me. 10 and 11 should be on this roster. 16 and 22 can be pieces that's traded or either just going to be let go with the hopes that 16 can possibly stick around. Because if you look at the 16 players that should be drafted first in this draft, all of them are capable of impacting a team.
I can see that.
All of them are capable of impacting the team in some way. So 16 and 22 maybe be traded for like a veteran piece. I like Emily Ainsley, and I keep bringing her up. I like her. I don't think she got a fair shot at Indiana. I think she had a better season this year with the Mystics. She can shoot the 3. She's tall. She's a stretch 4. And if you don't believe any of them can play, any of these players in the draft can play well with Angel, a stretch 4 can play well with Angel. A stretch 4 can play well with Camilla because they do totally opposite things. So maybe not. We got to see what Jeff do. I guess today is in Jeff We Trust. So we'll see.
Next one. Shout out to Unc Brass, one of the loyal subscribers, for the $5 super chat. Zoe, Angel can play high-low game with Fagan like Chloe Kitts and Fagan did at South Carolina. The high-low game in the WNBA it really isn't a every team does it kind of thing, because in college, most times you don't have a dominant ball handler on most teams. You can play that high-low when the ball's moving. So if Tyler Marsh's system is kind of free-flowing, you can run it. But if you got a dominant ball handler and you're trying to play high-low, you're literally clogging the paint with that high-low, and there's no movement off the ball, because now you got two players who are in specific spots and they got to stay there. There's no pin down screens being able to be set, because again, you only have 5 players. So if you got a dominant ball handler, let's say Ariel Atkins has the ball on the wing, it's really hard to run that high-low unless in those sets Ariel Atkins just turns into a catch and shoot player. That's the only way you can really run that. But I'm gonna tell you something. In professional basketball, they got egos. A player like Ariel Atkins does not want to be relegated, even if it's just for 2 plays a game, to catch and shoot. Trust me, I'm telling you. Look, they got egos. In college, coaches are able to get away with that because they can get to you mentally. In professional sports, these are grown men and women. None of them mental games work on them. Look, am I moving or am I not? Again, it can, some players just got a specific style. I could see it working to a certain extent, but don't know how impactful it could be, because I don't know if Fagan is Angel or Fagan has to be a consistent shooter for that to work from the elbow. One of them has to be able to shoot from the elbow and be respected, because if it's high-low, if Angel or Fagan isn't respected from the high break, then that player is going to sag in the paint and that high-low won't work. So one of them has to be able to be an effective shooter to run that. So it's 3 variables to it. Is Tyler Marsh's offense free-flowing? Is players like Ariel Atkins willing to become catch-and-shoot players at times during the game? And can Angel or Fagan become a consistent jump shooter? That's the only way high-low actually works, especially at that level, because these are smart defenders. Not like in college when you're playing against Toledo State and none of them are even going overseas. That'll work against them. But smart defenders, those high-lows don't work unless one of them is a dominant shooter. So it could work. They're versatile, but we'll see. We'll see. Appreciate the super chats. Again, anything else you want us to get through, send through the super chat as always. Even if it's 99 cents, we'll get to it. But appreciate all the super chats. Appreciate all the love. Let's get to the next team, B. Hold on. I think I got another one. Shout out Superfly J, one of my members, for the super sticker. Again, my memberships are live. Right now, I think I'm at 15 members. I got 3 different membership packets. To my shocking dismay, I have 2 members with my $100 membership package. So appreciate y'all, my $100 members. Remember, if you're part of my $99 membership package, next season you are getting tickets to whatever game of your choice. So if you want tickets to a game of your choice in your area, sign up for my $99 membership. But my standard membership is the $299, and I have the $9.99 and the $24.99 memberships as well. So shout out to Superfly J for being one of my loyal members. Appreciate that. Appreciate the $199 super sticker. So any last follow-ups on Chicago before we get to the next team?
Nah, we good. We're gonna have to wait and see. 6:30 p.m.
On to our most beloved team, Connecticut Suns. B, I was literally about to put needs everything, but I was like, I'm gonna be nice today, and I'm gonna leave out the shooting guard and the small forward, because they kind of got those kind of figured out a little bit. I know Mabry is the 2 guard. We'll see what that looks like. So I only put their 3 most important positions. Power forward, point guard, center. They do have 3 picks, 7 and 8 back-to-back picks in the first round, and they had the 25th pick in the second round last year as a playoff team at 21-8, 21-12, but they did lose some important pieces like a Brian Jones, a Thomas, a Bonner. What's going on with the Connecticut Suns?
They lost their whole starting lineup. Even down to Ty Harris, Dejanay, Jones, Bonner, AT gone. I've never seen that happen in a long time. Unless a team like they get rid of the team, they push the team out of the league. I really haven't seen a team lose their entire lineup. But I think it's hard playing in Connecticut because what is actually in Connecticut? At this point, the league needs to transition this team to Boston. Boston should have a women's basketball team. I know we don't like the people. We don't like the people that's in Boston. They can sometimes be like racist people, but Boston should have a WNBA team. Connecticut is right there. Just move them on over. Marina don't want to be there. So a shooting guard is a need. And it's funny that they say extension because you extended her and she don't want to be there. I don't know if Lilia, the girl from France, is coming over yet.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if she's coming over. She's good as a guard, really good. We saw her play in the Olympics versus Team USA on that France team, on the French team. She's good. JC Sheldon, I feel for her because I feel like she's a talent that could be used on a team that can actually use her. She's really not a scrub. She's a high IQ player. Like she's not gonna blow you out of the waters with her athleticism, but she's high IQ. A team could use her. Connecticut, Tina Charles, I don't know why she went to Connecticut. I think she just wants her own team. They're basically the Chicago Sky from last year.
Yeah.
How the Sky roster was kind of thrown together, pieced together. Connecticut is that team, and you were being nice, but I'm not. They need everything, but they only got 3 draft picks.
That's why I went with 3 positions because you need everything, but you got 3 picks.
3 draft picks. So I don't know where you start. Maybe point guard, Lindsay Allen. Do you want her to run your point? Probably not. JC Sheldon can do it, but I think JC thrives more as a shooting guard.
Yeah.
Marina plays better as a small forward. So maybe a dress point guard. You don't know if the Layla is coming over from France. You got 7 and 8. You got good pieces. I would address point guard and power forward.
Point guard and power forward.
At 7. So the thing is, at 7, you're either going to get either 2 players because I think they're interchangeable and they switch each other in the draft. At 7, you're either going to get Anissa Morrow or Kiki Iriafe. Whichever one is
that's where I'm at.
You get. Whichever one is there at 7, you get. Because the Valks is either
where I'm at.
Anissa Morrow or Kiki Iriafe. So whichever one the Valks don't take, you take. Anissa Morrow is not a bad piece to have next to Tina Charles. I think she will learn a lot from Tina. You know what you're going to get from her night in and night out. You're going to get effort, period. At 8, the next pick, I think you can get a point guard. At 8, you either going to get HVL or Georgia Amore. Whichever one is there at 8, whichever one you feel like you need for your team at 8, that's the one you get. HVL or Georgia Amore. I probably will lean more towards Georgia Amore because you need more 3-point shooting on this roster. She's the better 3-point shooter between her and HVL. And you need a true point guard. HVL is not really a true point guard. She's more a shooting guard. So I probably will lean more towards Georgia Amore. So Anissa and Georgia for me at 7 and 8. 25 probably make the roster. At 25, you can probably get a center. Maybe Sedona Prince again. This may be another team she fall to. I don't know.
I could see them taking a chance because I mean Tina Charles. I think she retires.
Yeah.
I think she retires only if a championship team doesn't pick her up. If there's a championship team out there, ironically, she's another player. She should have went to the Phoenix Mercury. That's where she should have been. That's where she should be.
Or the Aces. I thought the Aces or the
Lynx. Nah. Not the Aces. Her game doesn't fit. Her game doesn't fit the Aces play style.
The Lynx needed a center. I don't know why she chose Connecticut.
Did they pay her like? I don't know. She only got it was a 1 year, right? It's a 1 year.
Yeah, I think she got the max too.
Yeah, the max 1 year. So I mean that's possibly what it could be. I wouldn't mind her on the Lynx, but she would be in a backup role, and I think she want to go out starting possibly. I mean, that's why I would have chose the Mercury. One last hurrah. See what you can make happen with them. Because they need a center. Because I don't know what Mac could do for them as the starting five. I don't know, man. This roster. I don't think none of these players will be on this roster in 2026. So I think all three of these draft picks, even the number 25 that we kind of was like, maybe these three picks are going to be there in 2026, and they're going to have important roles on this team. So I think with that 25 pick, they're probably going to be methodical as well. Ironically, if I'm the Connecticut Suns, I'm taking all three of these picks and I'm going to the Mystics and saying, give me number 4. Because 7 and 8, they first round picks, but I think at that point, they don't do enough for you, like perhaps probably getting a Sellers would. Like I don't know. Maybe even Dominique Malonga might end up at 4, no matter no telling how the draft might shape out. I mean, that number 4 spot ain't a bad place to be in. Would you rather have the 7 and 8 or the number 4?
So to me, because they need a lot, I would stick with 7 and 8. Because they need a lot. Like one or two picks still not going to change the trajectory of the team. But I would probably stick with 7 and 8 because they need a lot. And like Marina don't want to be there. She's probably gone once the CBA comes. Tina Charles may retire. Lindsay Allen has been a backup her entire career. You can't bet everything on Diamond DeShields being there. So like they need a lot. So I would probably stick with 7 and 8. They just don't, and it gets worse for Connecticut because the Sky are banking on you being bad this season because we got y'all.
They got your pick.
So
and I know the trade can't. I know the trade can't happen, but I'm just saying, like, just looking at it, I would have went to the Mystics and seen if they wanted to bite on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still got your 3 and your 6. Now you can get 7 and 8 as well. Like, in the Mystics, we go get to them in a little bit. They don't have nobody on their roster, like nobody on that roster. So I mean, we'll see. Any final words on Connecticut?
I wish them luck. Actually, I don't, because it worked out for us. So
I was about to say that. What you mean, wish them luck? Nah, I wish y'all the most horrible season ever. I wish y'all walk in the locker room and the floor wet. I wish y'all go put y'all uniforms on and they all rip. I wish y'all on y'all way to the game and the plane can't start. I wish y'all get to the game and y'all can't find y'all shoes. Like, I wish y'all no hope. I wish y'all no hope.
Yep.
No hope. All right, the newest team. This one should be fun, y'all. This one should be fun because we gonna really have to put on our GM hats for this one. This one let's see we the prince and the queen of breakdowns. Let's see how good we really are. We got the Golden State Valkyrie, the new franchise in the WNBA, hasn't played a game yet. They have the numbers 5 pick, the number 17 pick, the number 29 pick. Just looking at their roster going into next season and beyond, looking at who's under contract, they need a point guard, a power forward, and a center. They have a bunch of wings, so I didn't think that was a necessary need at the moment with these picks, because they have a bunch of wings that can play the 2 and the 3, but they need front court help and they need a floor general for the future. So how do you feel about what they assembled in the expansion draft? Did they assemble the right pieces to build around these draft picks?
They have potential. They have potential because I really like Kate Martin as a shooting guard, defense, and can make the 3. I like Julie Van Loo as a point guard. She's a pass first point guard and she can shoot the 3. And then like you have players like Monique Billings, who's a seasoned veteran, Kayla Thornton, who just won a championship with New York, Xander Lucini, who can shoot the net off the rim. You have Timmy Fagvinley, who I think is a good veteran. And I think you just bring in, and then you have Tip Hayes, who, as much as she is on the floor, she's still a good player. Like she's a good veteran. She can score the ball. So I think you got pieces that you can put around the rookies that you're about to bring in. But I think they have to get it right at 5. And I was pushing for Morrow to go to the Valks for so long. And one day, like when I make a mock draft, I just pull it up on my TV and I just sit there and I look at it and I just think. I just got to look at stuff and just start thinking. And I'm like, as much as I believe Anissa Morrow is a talent, I'm Chicago, she's Chicago, I'm going to always push her. The Valks is not the place for her because they already got her style of play in Kayla Thornton. So that was just a come to Jesus moment with me. And I was just like, yeah, the Valks is not the place for her. Kiki Ariafen is what the Valkyries need at center. I look at who they have at center and Timmy Fagvinley, and then other players you just don't know because they just never been there. Timmy Fagvinley is the only one you know that they have at center. Kiki Ariafen can take her spot easily. So I think with the 5th pick, you address your center problem first, and you add Kiki. And say you have Kiki, Kate Martin as your 2, or Tip Hayes as your 2, Julie Van Loo as your point guard, Xander Lucini as your small forward, and like Monique Billings or someone as your power forward. I think Kiki can thrive in that lineup because now you have shooting around her, you have playmaking ability, you have defense. So I would probably go with Kiki Ariafen at 5 to the Valves.
I can see that. I like kind of like how you view that, because I was saying the same thing all summer long, all season, that the people that was pushing for Anissa to go to this team, it didn't make sense to her play style. I know you mentioned Kayla Thornton, but you did mention Monique Billings as well. They literally, all 3 of them literally do the same thing to a certain extent. Monique Billings is the quicker one, so she can play the small forward as well. She's a little quicker, but they literally all do the same thing. And I mean, Kayla Thornton and Monique Billings is a little up in age. They're pushing 30, but they still have tread on their tires. They ain't on their last leg. They're still in that kind of like their prime play style. They're still moving quick. They're still doing the little things on the court. So I think a player like Kiki, who can catch and shoot, doesn't need the ball every play, who can rebound when she wants to, can literally pass out of the double team. She's That's one thing Kiki didn't get a lot of credit for this year. She's a great passer out of the double team, and nobody highlighted it a lot. I mean, she's their only low post presence outside of Ryan Marshall, who really worked on the perimeter a lot for some reason this year with USC. She really passed out the double team very, very good to the shooters. So I think Kiki, being from California, Stanford, USC, comfortability, teams do draft for comfortability as well. When you got two players, it's like, okay, this player right here is comfortable being in this state. They got family here. They won't get homesick. They'll be dedicated to us for the long term. They won't be thinking of going back east, home. Like, they're dedicated to us for the long term, and they can be one of our building blocks. Teams do that. When they put your name on the board, they do have the little bulletins next to you about how you fit with that team off the court. So I think I agree with you. Kiki is the perfect fit, and they definitely need what Kiki can bring, because they don't have what Kiki can bring on this exact team. Carla Lette from overseas, she hasn't come over yet. I like her as a point guard. She kind of gives me that Ricky Rubio, Steve Nash kind of play style. Quick guard, loves pick and roll, can get to the rim, can shoot the ball midi. She's a 3-level scorer. My only thing about her is, can she handle physicality? And does she actually want to come over? That's my two things. Does she actually want to come over? And if she comes over, will she be happy or feel like she got forced to coming over by the media?
Yeah.
That's where I am with her, because she hasn't come over yet, and she hasn't made, I don't know if you've heard B, but I haven't heard any statements about her being excited to come over. I haven't heard like any tabloids, any droplets of her being excited for 2025 with the Golden State Valkyrie. Like, did you hear anything about when they selected her, like her being excited to come over and play?
Either. I did hear that she, I don't want to say she got injured, but I heard that she was out for a minute. And I don't know if it was long term or not, but I don't know if she decided to come over yet. I like her game. I just don't know if she decided to come over yet. And I think she was the pick that they got from Chicago.
Yeah.
But I think this is the team that Lucy Olsen would thrive on.
I was about to say that number 17 pick lines up right with Lucy Olsen. She's kind of in that ballpark on most mock drafts. She's between that 16 to 21. So she's right in line with their number 17 pick. They do need a point guard for the future. I know they got Julie as well, who can run the point as well. But I think they do need their point guard for the future, because she's 30. She's on her last leg, honestly. She's 30. She hasn't impressed me the last 2 years, honestly. If I'm the Golden State Valkyrie, I'm looking at Kiki, number 17, Lucy Olsen, and then number 29. I'm getting the best shooter in the draft, no matter the position. I'm getting the best shooter available at 29, no matter the position. It could even be another point guard. This team needs shooting. This team needs shooting. Kayla Thornton can knock down she's a 3-and-D type of player, but her 3-point shot isn't consistent enough for me. She actually doesn't shoot at a high volume to me. Tiffany Hayes, she's an ISO ball scorer. She's better off the bench. Monique Billings isn't really a good 3-point shooter. Timmy, nah. Van Loo, nah. Kate Martin, her 3-point shooting does need to improve. She needs to become more consistent. I don't understand why she isn't consistent. She doesn't have a clunky jump shot, so I don't understand what's going on with her mechanics. I think it's all just comfortability at this point. I think it's just she's not comfortable shooting the three. Like she doesn't have confidence in her 3 ball, because she doesn't have a clunky shot. She doesn't have a slow release. She just doesn't shoot the 3 well. And that's okay. That's okay. She brings other things to the table. She's an energy girl. She's a utility gadget. She can guard the other team's best perimeter player. She's feisty. She's a locker room happy place for some players. She's a team player. So I like Kate Martin, but I think they do need more shooting in their backcourt. Whether even if it's a small forward position, they need another shooter. So at 29, I'm going to get the best shooter available left in the draft at 29. Bring him in the training camp, see what I could get out of him. 17, I'm going to get my point guard for the next, even if it's for the next 2 years. And at 5, Kiki is my number 5 pick from Cali. It makes sense. She'll thrive. Olsen will thrive. And I think whoever their shooter is will have an impact because I think they'll get minutes because they might end up being the best shooter on the team.
Yep. And I just read a quick article where Carla sounds like she wants to come over this season.
Okay.
She says she looks forward to going to the W, joining the W. So it sounds like she wants to come over this season. Who knows? She is 20 years old, 21, coming up on being 21. So she may decide that she's not coming over. She may come over. Who knows? And I think that's the thing with European players. Like, you just really don't know when they decide they want to come over. Like, you really have to be a team like New York who winning and can sit on waiting for them to come over.
Yeah. You got to be able to. You better have a roster prepared in case that player doesn't come over. I mean, even earlier we talked about Sivka. I mean, I know they're over right now, but I'm interested. Carla came to the draft. I'm interested to see. I mean, that's one thing. But when I got to pack up, I can fly over here and visit. But when I got to actually pack up and leave my family, that's a different story. I can come over here and get some publicity, get some camera time. But packing that suitcase is a different story. I'm just packing a book sack to come to the draft. But I got to pack all my luggage to come play. That's a different story. So, again, when those overseas players, I need you to be fully committed before I draft you. I need you to give me some thumbs up that you fully committed to come over before I draft you. If I'm a GM, if there's other players that's in state that's available that can give me the same production, I would choose. If you don't give me a good thumbs up or a good inclination that you're happy to come over, I'm sorry. I'm just selecting the in-state player. Yeah. I'm sorry, because especially if I'm in a build mode or a win now mode, if I'm just kind of teetering, just trying to test the market, I might take a chance. But if I'm in rebuild mode, I need you here to rebuild so I know what I need to draft next year. If I'm in win now mode, I'm drafting you to come have an impact.
Yep.
So I mean, we'll see what those overseas players look like if Carla comes over. I would definitely start her at the point guard. If she does come over, let Olsen come off the bench. See if they can try to find ways for them to play together because Carla can play the 2. So try to find ways for them to kind of play together in certain instances and see who you want to use going forward. See if Olsen grows into her own and becomes a legit point guard. That way you can say, okay, Carla, you're not happy over here. Your contract ends in 2028. Just go home. You know, yep. I would if that's them, that's probably the option they have at point for next year. See what it looks like. They'll struggle with shooting. I think they're in the Juju sweepstakes. They're just waiting for Juju. Golden State is literally set up for Juju. Literally, it's set up for Juju. Like they're just waiting for Juju.
Connecticut, and you start trading pieces so you can get in the running because they
look. I'm not even talking about who got the picks. The WNBA is not letting Juju get out of Golden State.
You don't think so?
No matter what they tell us on surface level, sometimes that up and up ain't always up.
Yeah, probably not.
Sometimes that up and up is not always up. I'm telling you. Look, Juju fits on Golden State, and she'll be rejoining Kiki. I'm telling you, Juju is set up to go to the Valkyrie.
I can see that.
It is what it is. First of all, Nike isn't letting Juju go to Connecticut.
It ain't nothing in Connecticut.
They not letting Juju go to Connecticut.
Unless they move to Boston, it ain't nothing in Connecticut. They need to make that move.
Now, if they move to Boston, different story. Nike got a big market in Boston. So they move to Boston, different story. But they're going to have to do it next year.
Yeah.
Because she comes out in 2027. So they got to move next year. If they don't move next year, then she's going to go to state. And she ain't coming. She's not coming out of California. Juju is not coming out of California. It's the people behind the scenes is not letting that happen, B. They is not letting Juju leave that.
I said she would be on the coast. She would be on the West Coast. I was thinking Portland because Portland team is going to come in 2026, which means they should at least with the 2 years, because how the W work is, they combine your last 2 years records to decide where you have to drive. Connecticut should be worse than the Valks. So the Valks may not get that number one pick. Portland may be able to slip in there and get that number one pick. And Portland is right up the coast. I can see her being in Portland.
Yeah. Uncle J.E. said Paige is a Nike athlete. She going to Dallas. Uncle J.E., I live in Texas. I live in Houston. Let me tell you this. Texas, period, is a Nike town. Dallas, the Dallas Mavericks GM literally came from the Nike facility. Is Nico Harris. He literally, that's Nike's old GM, production manager. Like Texas is a Nike city. When I played AAU growing up, all our circuit tournaments in Texas were Nike tournaments. They were Nike circuit tournaments. Our tournaments in California were mostly Adidas. Yeah, Nike. Texas is a Nike market. Yeah.
And Dallas got a good market. Dallas is not a bad place for Paige. Dallas is one of the top 5 markets in the W. She'll be okay.
Yeah, she'll be okay. And DC PC Gaming, thank you for the $1.99 super sticker. I didn't miss you. I just didn't want to. I wanted to finish beat take. I didn't miss you. Appreciate the $1.99 super sticker, my guy. Appreciate it. One of my first subscribers. Appreciate it. And again, if you one of my 3,298 subscribers, let's get beat 1,000 subscribers by the end of this stream. If you one of my 3,298 subscribers, go subscribe to BuzzB Sports. If you're not subscribed, just go click our subscribe button. Let's get it to 1,000 by the end of this stream. That's a goal. That's a goal for all of y'all who listening from everywhere. We got 692 people total from Twitter and YouTube. Go subscribe. Hit the like button on both videos. Hit the like button. Let's get to the next team. B, your favorite team in the world. The Indiana Fever. Indiana Fever projected draft picks. They have the number 19, the number 20, and the number 32 pick. They finished last season with a 500 record of 20-20. Their current needs, according to their roster, is a front court player, power forward who can rebound, and they need another center. How do you feel about their needs? Are they correct? And where is Indiana right now with these draft picks?
I don't think any of these draft picks makes the roster. Indiana, I don't think any of the draft picks makes the roster. I think Indiana is good with who they got. Yeah, I think they're good with who they got. I'm looking at it. Yeah, I think they're good with who they got. Like, you go out and you get Bree Turner. Indiana's done.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be drafted to Indiana because your chances and likely you're probably not making a roster. Unless they get a European player who's like not coming over and they can just sit on them and wait maybe, but I'm looking at the roster.
I think they need I think they really need a center. I think they need another rebounder. I do. I think they need another rebounder, whether it be power forward or center.
Yeah, they do, but I don't know if they move on that because you got Aaliyah Boston, Natasha Howard.
Okay. Is it? You think Natasha Howard gonna be one of their rebounders?
No, Dante's not a rebounder either. They probably go out there and get a center like Raya Marshall. They probably get right.
That's why I had power forward center. No matter what position, they just need a rebound at one of those.
They probably get Raya Marshall at 19 and ride with her. But I don't think anybody really make this roster.
I'm back.
Yeah, you back.
All right. Man, I need to get a new router, man. This router been tripping for like a week now. I need to get a new router. But I mean, outside of Aaliyah Boston, anybody on this team you got confident in getting 8 rebounds a game?
No. Which is
that's why I'm at with it.
We should be able to tag them.
But no. Yeah, they got a bunch of scorers. Yes, they can put up some buckets. I'm still not buying their perimeter defense. I'm still not buying it. So they can probably go out there. I could see them taking a chance at 20 on a perimeter defender. But I think at 19, they're going to get a rebounder. I mean, just looking at Raya Marshall literally lines up right for them. Yep. Maybe Michaela Tipson.
Yep.
Who would you take? Michaela Tipson or Marshall for this team?
I would take Marshall because Marshall won't have to do a lot on this team, but rebound. Timpson is a great rebounder, but I think she can go to a team and her mid-range is not bad. She can go to a team and give a team more than what Raya Marshall could give them. Raya Marshall, to me, is the better defender than Michaela Timpson. So I probably would take Raya Marshall. I think she fits with this team well. But both of them wouldn't be bad picks. Neither of them wouldn't be bad picks.
Yeah, I think both of them are great rim protectors. Both of them are good rebounders. They literally average the same amount of blocks this season and the same amount of rebounds and literally almost average the same amount of steals. Tipson is a better offensive player, but this team doesn't need an offensive player in their front court. They need a workhorse to replace what Nalissa brought to them. Whether would it be? I think Raya Marshall does fit them. She doesn't really have to have sets called for her. She can get the offensive boards. She's a great flash screener that she doesn't get a lot of credit for. She was a great flash screener with Juju last year. I can see Raya Marshall on this team. Number 20, I'm going to get the best perimeter defender left in the draft at number 20. At number 20, I'm going to get the best perimeter player, which might be Madison Scott. Maybe I would say Madison Scott or Poindexter ain't really a defender to me. So I'm good with Madison Scott and Raya Marshall. Number 32, I'm going to get another shooter just in case for the future. Lexi Hall, Sophie Cunningham. In case I lose one of those, I'm going to get the next best shooter available in the draft for my 2 guard position, and that's why I'm going with that. And we'll see. We'll see. I think Fever will have a better record next year. I don't know where they'll land in the top 4. I could see them being 3-4. I could see them in the 3-4 range. I could see them and the Liberty Aces and Lynx kind of duking it out for those spots. I could see them challenging them. I got them with 6+ games next year. I got them with 6+ games next year. 6+. Yeah, Lila. Anywhere above 500 in that kind of range. Again, the Fever, they have a bench, which is important during the regular season to get you through games, injuries, illnesses, things like that. Benches are so important during the regular season, and I think they have a top 4 bench next year. I think they have a top 4 bench in the WNBA next season. That's why I got them between that 3-4 range. I can see them winning 6-7+ games from this year. So let's see if they choke or not. Tulip Plays said Tipson won't fall that low anyway. You think so? I think she could. It depends. I think it really depends. With Tipson, if teams need Tipson, I could see her falling to 19. It depends on, because sometimes drafts will fool you. They'll be like guard heavy at the top, and all the bigs kind of go last, or they'll be big heavy, wing heavy, and your guards kind of fall. So honestly, just looking around the league last year, I think it'll be guard heavy, and a lot of your bigs will slip. That's why, like your Sifkas and all of them, they could end up as 2nd-round picks. Because I think the first round will be real guard shooter heavy. I think teams will be prioritizing shooters and ball handlers in the first round. I got Fever winning 6 to 7+ games next year, vying for the 3-4 spot. What do you got him at?
I got same position, 3-4. I think the top 2 spots should be kind of solidified between. I know Minnesota haven't made many moves, but I still got Minnesota at the 2.
Yeah,
because of Cheryl Reeves herself. She just know how to work with what she got, and she does it well. Like, she puts them in the best position to win. Also, I think they had like the 2nd best player in the world on that roster, and Fee. And I still got New York. New York is just like, New York don't need nothing, okay? And if they want to go out there and get something else, they're being greedy at this point. New York should definitely be number 1. The reason why I don't want to put the Indiana as 3 is because I never bet against Asia. I really try not to bet against Asia because she's shown that she can put a whole team on her back and make something out of nothing, because last season Aces really wasn't nothing. She just made them better than what they look like. So I still got Indiana kind of 3-4. We'll see. But they should be way better than they were last year. I still have your doubts with the perimeter defense. I think Unrivaled showed us that Lexi Hole is not the defender that people thought she was. She just looked like a great defender because she was on a team that sucked at defense. So she just looked way better than everybody else. But when you put her on a team who can actually play defense, you put her next to Angel Reese, Brittany Sykes, just better defenders. She don't look the same. So I still have my reserves on the perimeter defense for them and rebounding, of course. Like, and I just have to see what you get out of Natasha Howard and Dewana Bonner. Yes, they're great players. Their resumes speak for themselves. But we saw Dewana Bonner go on a stinker last season for like 7 or 8 games, and then pick it back up, and then go on a stinker again for 7 to 8 games. So I just got to see where the consistency come from on this team.
Yeah. With this team, it won't be talent. It will be locker room. Like, this team will be locker room mentality on the court. How do they connect, gel together? Who gets the shots, when they get the shots. I think that'll be the most important thing for this team, because they're all capable of putting up 20 any given night. So I think for them, it'll be all locker room. Can they gel together in the locker room? I done been on multiple teams with multiple players. It all looks good in the offseason, B. When you're looking at the roster, you're like, okay, we got something this year. When you get in that locker room and you get to practice, and when you're used to getting that ball on the wing, when you do that flare screen and you don't get it and I shoot it, that's when everything starts. That's when everything starts. And after that first practice, you start realizing, oh, we a stacked team, but I ain't gonna be able to do what I'm comfortable doing. That's when egos get in the way. That's when you got to gel together. So I think it won't be talent. It will be all mental and locker room of how they can play together, because they're all capable of putting up 20. That example I just gave is specifically for Kelsey Mitchell. When you on the court with Ryan Howard and Dewana Bonner, and Dewana Bonner got the ball on the wing, and you used to getting that ball on that flare screen, and Dewana Bonner takes 2 dribbles and pull up, how you gonna feel? When Natasha Howard comes across half court and wants to do a spin move and a step through, and you used to getting that ball at that elbow pin down, how you gonna feel? That's what it's gonna be when Caitlin Clark come across half court and shoot a half court shot at the logo, and Ryan Howard in the corner open and usually expecting that ball. How the team gonna feel? Like,
and my thing is, how are they gonna be able to handle the criticism that comes with when you playing with, like, people got to realize the newer generation of basketball players, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, Paige Beckers, Juju Watkins, their fan bases are bigger. It's more eyes. So when you plan on a team with a Caitlin Clark, how are you going to respond to the criticism when you don't have good games? How are you going to take that? Caitlin Clark is somebody who, like, she's a great passer, so I have no doubt that she's going to be looking to get everybody else involved. But when her fans get sick of her always passing the ball and not shooting those logo threes, how are you going to respond to them being upset that you're taking from her game? And that's when a lot of the locker room rumblings come, because it should be, oh, you should say something. Them your fans. You have to get them together. So I just want to see how these players respond to each other, because it can get like that when social media is so dominant right now.
Yeah. So social media can be a bully at times. So because everybody lives off of social media. So we'll see. They can be a huge bully at times. So we'll see. On to the next team. And appreciate all the super chats, all the comments. I am reading through them. Again, if it's an important question, if you're just coming in, it's an important question, send a super chat. Me or B will definitely break it down, take the time and break it down and analyze it and answer your questions correctly. So if it's an important question you want to ask while we're going through these teams, whether it be a draft pick, a player, or just breaking down where the team will land, then we'll get to it. My team, for some look, people think I'm a Chicago Sky fan. I root for Chicago Sky because of Angel Reese, and she went to LSU, which is my hometown. So I root for Chicago Sky. Chicago Sky is actually my second team. If you weren't around last season, I covered all the Aces games, not the Chicago Sky games. If you were around last season, you already know who my team is. You already know who my GOAT is. Asia Wilson is my GOAT. She will end up going down as the greatest basketball player to ever live in women's sports. You already know who my GOAT is. You already know who my GOAT coach is. She will go down as the GOAT coach as well. The Las Vegas Aces have the 13th and 34th pick. Last year, they finished 27-13, losing to the Minnesota Lynx in the semis. Their needs are a small forward and a rim protecting center. They bring back Olympians Jackie Young, Jewel Lloyd, Asia Wilson, and Chelsea Gray after losing trading Kelsey Plum to the Los Angeles Sparks. They did bring in some newcomers like trading for Dana Evans from Chicago Sky, giving up their 16th, 22nd pick. Bringing in players that really I don't know how they're going to fit. They brought in players that I don't know and get how they're going to fit outside of Jewel Lloyd, who's just going to replace what Kelsey Plum gave to us. But the Dana Evans, I already got Saheed. They already on the way, Saheed. I already got the Nikes is on the way. Somebody getting dunked in them the first day. Somebody getting dunked on in them. But I don't know. Before we really get to it, why did they trade for Dana Evans? What do you think was the reasoning?
Shoot. I don't know. It's looking like they're going to be playing Dana at the point guard position behind Chelsea Gray. And I don't know if I like that because there's no way they didn't see how she played as a point guard on the Sky. Granted, she started losing minutes towards the end of the season. Still, it wasn't a good experiment. Yes, Becky Hammond is a different coach than Teaspoon. I don't know if this is another year where they're trying to teach her and develop her into being a point guard behind like Chelsea Gray and Becky Hammond, who's used to being a point guard. Maybe it works. Dana shoots the 3-ball well. I give her that. She can shoot the 3-ball well. The floater I have PTSD from. It's just the indecisiveness with Dana. And it could have been confidence because she started seeing someone like Kennedy Carter, who's clearly a better talent than her, take her minutes. So it could be confidence. But I need Dana to get back to playing the type of basketball she played when she almost won 6 Women of the Year with the Sky. It could be possible. I think it's just it's like a confidence thing with Dana. So I don't know. I think they should actually go out and try to get a point guard behind Chelsea Gray. I would play Dana behind Jackie more than I would play her behind Chelsea Gray. Because right now,
I agree.
They don't have a point guard behind Chelsea Gray.
I agree.
I agree. I don't know why Kirsten is still on the roster. I don't know why they extended her.
Yeah, me neither. I think we need I went small forward and center because I don't think offense is going to be our problem. I think it's going to be defensively guarding wings on the perimeter, guarding small guards, and I think rim protection will be a problem for us as well. You pull Asia Wilson from the paint, you don't have nobody behind her that could at least somewhat protect the rim. So a player at 13 will be important. I think at 13, a rim protecting center will be important for us. Look, I know we talked about Ryan Marshall sliding, but at 13, I would love Ryan Marshall as our center. I would love Raya Marshall as our center. She ain't gonna be too far from home. So comfortability will be there off the court. She's a great rim protector, almost 3.5 blocks a game. Great on the perimeter with her hands, average steal and a half a game last season. I mean, workhorse, don't need the ball, can play with Asia Wilson. Out of all the bigs in the draft, I think she works the best. Even though some people might not have her there, I think she works the best. Now, B, look, Olsen, if we do get a point guard, Olsen, we talked about her earlier. Olsen could move up the draft, and Aces, if they're looking, we need a extra ball handler, another facilitator. Olsen would be perfect. She would fit right in with us if we're looking at another facilitator with 13. But I think rim protecting is going to be more important because I don't think our perimeter defense will be good enough.
I don't disagree, but I kind of think y'all got that on the roster. It's just she's coming back from an ACL injury. Liz Kitley was a first-round draft pick before her ACL injury. Yeah. She's 6'6". She can flat out play basketball. She can go to battle with the best of them. I seen her go to battle with Angel Reese. I seen her go to battle with Camila Cardoza. Like she can play basketball. I think the injury is something to be concerned about because how will she come back from that injury? How will she respond? But I think if she comes back healthy, and her body responds well to the injury, she will probably bump Kia Stokes and Meg Gustafson. She's already a better scorer than both of them. She can score the ball.
Yeah.
It's just how well her defense is going to respond to the injury. And she wasn't bad defensively. But I can see y'all going and get a center or a small forward to play next to Asia. Raya Marshall can be an option. I think Raya Marshall may be there a little bit later. So if you want to address the point guard first, you can address getting Lucy Olsen. Y'all, the Aces had to forfeit their first round pick, which got them the 13th pick. But in actuality, the Aces have a first round pick. It's 13 teams in the W.
Yeah. They really In essence, yeah.
Like they got a first round pick. So I would probably try to address. They may end up being lucky and can get a Georgia Amore HVL. One of them are going to drop. One of them guards is going to drop. I just don't know which one's going to drop.
I would like HVL more than Georgia Amore on this team.
Yeah. I was thinking that.
I would like HVL more than Georgia Amore on this team. I don't think either will be there at 13. That's why I didn't think about them. But at the top of the draft, go big heavy, go rebound heavy, go wing defender heavy. Both of them could fall to that 13 pick. And like you said, I think once the new teams, Cleveland and Portland comes, the 13 pick will be a first round pick. It's just a second round pick because there isn't a lot of teams. Once those other two teams come that put you at 15 teams, that 13 pick gonna be a first round pick in the future. So technically, it's a first round pick if we're looking ahead.
It's gonna be 16 teams because Toronto coming in.
I mean, I forgot about Toronto, 16 teams. Yeah, so it's definitely gonna be a first round pick. I think it's gonna be 15 picks. Gonna be first round. Once the other three teams come, it's gonna be 15 first round picks. It's gonna be 15, and then the lottery picks gonna move to probably 5. It's gonna move to 5 or 6. It's gonna probably move to 6. It'll probably move to 6.
But like,
because it's weird.
I go wherever Asia go. The Sky my first team, but because Asia is on the Aces is my second team. So we flip. But I go wherever Asia goes.
Look, make sure you pull up. Make sure you pull up for them live games then. Make sure you pull up for them live games then. Hey, I be popping. Look, my Aces fans going right now, but they'll be back. They'll be back for the season.
Yeah, but looking at this roster, y'all got scoring. It's scoring on this roster. I agree.
Yeah.
Paint defense it is going to be something that has to be addressed. And the backup point guard, I just wouldn't put Dana as my backup point guard.
Hell no. She's just another shooter off the bench to me, like an inconsistent shooter off the bench to me. Like,
yeah,
I don't know what the plan is with the point guard position. I don't know if they're thinking Jackie Young could split minutes like she did last year when Chelsea Gray was hurt. I don't know if that's the plan. But I think that takes away from what Jackie Young does best. Jackie Young could play the point guard position. She averaged like 6 assists a game when Chelsea Gray was out last year. But I didn't like when Jackie Young was at the point guard position because I could tell she didn't like it.
No,
I could tell by her body language she did it out of necessity because she's just that good. But I could tell she did not like playing the point guard position, and she could not wait for Chelsea to get back. I could tell. I could tell. Raya Marshall wouldn't be there at 34, so they would miss out on her. I don't know. That 34th pick, honestly, that 34th pick will be a free agent by the end of training camp. I'm sorry. I mean, our roster is pretty much set outside of another backup point guard and a rim protector. Our roster is pretty much set. It's kind of like the Mystics roster. I mean, not the Mystics. The Fever roster is pretty much set outside of like just a skill set. We don't need a player, we need a skill set, you know. So it's pretty much set outside of that. We just need a skill set. We need another facilitator. They don't even have to be a scorer. We got enough scoring in our backcourt. We need another facilitator when Chelsea sits down. That way Jackie Young could play her off-ball role, her and Jude Lloyd. Somebody to get them the ball when Chelsea sits down. And we need another rim protector to not put so much pressure on Asia on defense. Even though Asia is one of the best rim protectors in the league, guarding, protecting the rim, recovering. I think she's the best rim protector in the league when it just comes to recovering, guarding, not getting bullied. Like, I think Asia Wilson is the best rim protector in the league. When you just add all the phases to it, I know there are some others who average more blocks, things like that, but when you just add all the phases to it, I've seen her get beat and recover and beat it off the glass. I've seen that 10, 12 times last year where she'll literally let you get by you because she wants you to lay it up. Like that's how talented Asia Wilson is. She'll literally let you blow by her just so she could block it from behind.
Yeah.
Because she knows she athletically can.
Do you see, because we talked about the backup point guard and how Jackie really don't want to play the backup point guard, but it may come to that. Do you see a world where they make Dana play the backup point guard and they go out and get like a Bree Hall?
We do need, that's why I got small forward. Bree Hall would actually fit because we do need perimeter defense. We need some length on the perimeter. Jackie Young and Jude Lloyd are pretty small. We do need some more perimeter defense, like that. Somebody that can interchange with both of them. Somebody that could guard the bigger perimeter player. If Jude Lloyd or Jackie Young sits down, come in, step in, and guard the other bigger player, that would work. She would definitely be a good fit at 13. If, like you said, comes back from injury and can find her way back. Like I said, she was a first round pick. If she can find her way back and Asia Wilson isn't basically, if Asia Wilson isn't in the ear of the GM, like, hey, the defense I played at the rim last year, I can't do that next year. If Asia Wilson hasn't said that, I'll be on board with you. I can see Bree Hall at 13. Because it was either a rim protector or a perimeter defender. That's why I got small forward and center. Huh?
Oh, Madison Scott should be going in that first round. But I was thinking maybe like a Madison Scott. But Madison, she's on the taller side, but she don't give you the 3-point shooting.
I was just about to say that. I don't like Madison Scott with Asia Wilson in the game together.
Yeah.
I don't like both of them in the game together.
Because they operate in the same area.
In the same area. Because you're, again, I always tell people this. You got to look at why you're drafting a player. If you draft Madison Scott, you're drafting her for her mid-range game. You're not drafting her for her defense because she isn't like some all-world defensive player. She can play defense. She is athletic enough. You're not drafting for her rebounding. You're drafting her because in between 10 to 20 feet, she's a monster.
Yeah.
That's what you're drafting her for. You're drafting her to give you that mid-level scoring. That's what you're drafting her for. Next team. Oh, what do you think the Ace is gonna finish?
Whew. If it works out well, they can be a top 3 team. I don't see them falling under 5. So
I got us at 3.
Yeah. If it works out well, they can be a top 3 team, but I don't see them falling under 5.
I got us at 3, one or 2 games ahead of the Fever. I got us at 3. Again, look, I want to say 2. People keep forgetting. Look, people got revisionist, people got amnesia sometimes. People keep forgetting we went back-to-back championships and we lost in the semis with a hobbled Chelsea. Yeah. That's what people keep forgetting. They keep forgetting that fact. And apparently a disgruntled Kelsey Plum. So people keep forgetting that fact. That we were right there with a hobbled Chelsea Gray, who you can tell it unrivaled, she was still getting her first step back. You can literally see her getting better as unrivaled went on. What showed you during the regular season, she came back because she had to.
Yeah.
If the season would have been longer, she wouldn't have even came back when she came back. So you can tell Chelsea Gray still was getting her groove back if you watched her in Unrivaled. And apparently a disgruntled Kelsey Plum. We gotta hopefully we get a revenge toward Jewel Lloyd. If we get a revenge toward Jewel Lloyd and Chelsea Gray picks up where she left off in Unrivaled, I think we could be the number 2 seed. I think we can beat the Lynx out for the number 2 seed. Literally, I think we can. Because some of the games we lost last year, we lost them because we weren't together. Like, I could tell. I was calling the games. I was like, we shouldn't have lost this game. Like, how did we lose this game? And we had teams that didn't even we lost 13 games last year, B. And I did because at the end of the season I did the thing. It was 5 games we lost to teams that didn't even make the playoffs. We just went out there, we shouldn't have lost those games. Like, I mean, we'll see though. I
said I don't disagree.
Yeah, I can see us showing people who we really are next year with Jewel Lloyd on a revenge tour. I got us at 3 for now because I need to see it play out. But I can see us getting that. I can see us getting that 2 seed. I can see us getting that 2 seed. And not having to play on the road to the championship game. I can see us getting that 2 seed. Because that helped the Lynx last year. I'm just putting it out there. That home court advantage helped them last year. What Tulip at? Tulip, look who we got on the screen, Tulip. You've been asking for him for the last hour. Tulip, where you at? I need you in the chat, Tulip. I need you in the chat. But hold on, B. We got a super chat. Sahid, I didn't forget. I just wanted us to get through that one. Shout out to Sahid for the $4.99 super chat. This class is good. Might be too early, but who got the best chance of winning Rookie of the Year? I mean,
Paige.
That'll be Paige. What are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Like, that'll be. Yeah. It's already in the mill. They just got it slow delivery. They got it on standard delivery. It's already in the mill, Sahid. It's already in the mill, Paige. But I'll give, honestly, I'll give Cheyenne Sellers runner-up. I'll give Cheyenne Sellers runner-up. Because out of all the players, I think those two will have the biggest impact on whoever drafts them. Because those two players are getting drafted to have impact immediately. Out of all the players, Kiki, Anissa, you can slow walk them in. But when you look at a Cheyenne Sellers and you look at a Paige, I think both of them are getting drafted by their team to have day one impact and be starters. You don't drive Cheyenne Sellers to come off your bench. You'll pass on her and you'll just go get a project. You don't drive that kind of player to come off your bench. But yeah, it's Paige Saheed, but appreciate the $4.99 super chat. B, Los Angeles, the resurgent, possible playoff contender. Los Angeles Sparks have the 9th pick, the 21st pick, and the 27th pick. 3 good picks, actually. Finished last season 8-32 with a hobbled Cam Brink, who only played, I think, the first 12 games, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. Rakia Jackson, rookie, started the season coming off the bench, got into the rotation, really got her feet going, really got her feet wet going into the latter part of the season. Just looking at their roster with Hamby, not knowing what that looks like, not knowing what role Cameron Brink is actually going to legitimately play, whether it be the 4 or the 5, depending on how she comes back and whether coach sees her. Bringing Kelsey Plum. You do have Stevens coming off the bench, who was a stretch 4, stretch 5, bringing in Crystal Dangerfield, bringing back Odyssey Sims as the point guard. I still think they need a point guard. I still think they need a power forward for the future. And they might need a legitimate backup center because I don't think Stevens is it. I don't think Stevens is the center they want to go into the future with.
Nah. I think Stevens can play more of your power forward, stretch forward type role, not the center. Cam won't be there for the first half of the season. So I think if you want to address that now, you can. At 21 or 27, I think number 9, I definitely address like the point guard, my perimeter issues. And perimeter is not as far as scoring. I don't think they need a perimeter player to score. I think they need a perimeter player to play defense. So a Sanaya Rivers, to me, fits perfectly with this team. They need a defender, and her best thing is defense. She's not going to do too much scoring. She can pass the ball a little bit, but defense is where she thrives. I don't think you add like a smaller guard again. So HVL and Georgia Amore probably wouldn't be it because you already got Kelsey Plum, Ari McDonald's, Dangerfield on the smaller side. So I don't think you need that. But I do think you need to address defense with this team because you look at this roster and nobody on this roster, you're like, I'm scared of them defensively. Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody. Like you have to. The Sparks need defense. They need defense. It's good 3-point shooting around Rivers. I think she would probably be the best pick for them at number 9 for the Sparks.
You thinking what I'm thinking, B. Rivers is exactly what they need. They don't need scoring. They need length on the perimeter. Because Odyssey Sims and Kelsey Plum is on the shorter side. They need length on the perimeter next to both of them that can be interchangeable. So you going exactly where I'm going. With the point guard position, you're going exactly where I'm going. They need a big point guard that can help facilitate. Because again, Odyssey Sims will be a free agent next summer. You don't know what that's going to look like, and I don't think Odyssey Sims is for the future. She's 32. She'll be 33 before the season actually starts. So I don't think you need your point guard. And again, they might feel like they can get a point guard next year's draft, but they need to figure out who the point guard is to go along with these pieces that they have right now, with Cam Brink and Rikia Jackson and even Kelsey Plum, who's just 30. So they need a facilitator for the next 4 to 5 years with this team. And I think Rivers could be that if she gets it together. They can slow walk her in because they got Odyssey Sims. They can slow walk her in. She can learn the offense where she don't got to be rushed onto the court. She can come in and back up and just get it to your guards and play defense in the beginning until she finds a rhythm and understands the play calling. Like, just hey, come out here, don't turn the ball over. Just get it to your shooters, get it to Rikia, get it to Kelsey Plum, get it to Ray Burrell when she comes off that flare or that curl screen, and just play defense alongside one of those two, because she can be interchangeable. She can guard the bigger guard, whether it be with Kelsey Plum or with Odyssey Sims on the court. Even Ray Burrell, she could guard the bigger guard. So I like Rivers on this team if that's what she's coming to do in the beginning. I was thinking center as well. I think they need another rim protector. Hamby isn't challenging nobody on defense. Steve isn't challenging anybody on defense. Cam Brink, we'll see when she comes back and how she looks. Honestly, I don't because I'm thinking about it. I don't think it's a good sign that she's out that long.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think is something's is not a good sign. That lets me know her recovery is taking longer than it should.
Because it happened early on in the season. Probably towards midway. It was definitely before Olympic break.
Yeah, so again, it was, I can actually tell you when it was. It was Cam Brink last game.
It's only been 9 or 10 months. Someone said it only been 9 or 10 months.
Cam Brink last game was June 18th.
And she may not be back before June 18th.
That's what I'm saying. Like you won't be yourself in your first year, but especially with the new medicine, the new recovery methods, the new type of surgery you can get for those injuries, it's normally a 7 to 8 month window, and then you're back on the court, even if it's in limited minutes. And your first year, you're not yourself. You're not like when she comes back, it'll probably be 14 to 15 months by the time she comes back. Because when are you expecting her to come back?
I was thinking probably like July, late July, maybe. I think it's mid-season, late July. But still, then if you do get her back late July, she still has to adjust. She'd probably be in a brace. Like you said, mobility is not gonna, probably won't be the same in the first year. So they may have to address the center. I know they got Mercedes Russells, but like, come on now, let's be for real. You may have to address the center position.
The
reason why it's a little concerning with me is because she's on the younger side of this injury. People in medicine know when you're younger, your body should respond quicker.
That's what I'm saying.
A little bit quicker.
Now you get where I'm coming at. For her recovery to not be like right now, she should be getting on court work probably not full contact, but some 3-on-3 with the training coaches, not the players themselves, but like with the training staff, some of the coaching staffs, like some 3-on-3 work. But for her to not be getting none of that, and it's almost been a year on what she's at 10 months. I mean, it happened June 18th. So it happened June 18th. So I mean, you take 2 more weeks to have the surgery because the swelling got to go down. So you put her surgery probably around end of June. A year and you still not in if June comes and she's still not doing physical contact, that's concerning to me. That'll be concerning to me. If June comes and she's still not doing 5-on-5 physical contact, I'm not talking about playing. She can come back in July, but in June, if she's not doing some kind of 5-on-5 drills, if there's not a report out that Cam Brink is doing 5-on-5, that lets me know her recovery, she had more damage than they let on.
Mm-hmm.
Because teams will always just give you the surface level, but there's other ligaments right outside of those ligaments that could be torn as well. The cartilage damage, the bacteria spread it a little further than it should have, or it normally would on most of those kind of injuries. The cartilage is still taking time to rebuild itself and recover. Her leg movement isn't where it needs to be as far as running up and down the court. If she isn't in 5-on-5 by May, that lets me know she's her recovery time is definitely slow.
Yeah. But I think that's what the Spark should address. Number 9, I think, should be Sanaya Rivers. You got to address the defensive problems this team can potentially have, because I just don't see I can see them scoring with the best of them, but it's one thing to be able to score the ball, but if you can't stop anybody on the other end from scoring too,
like, don't got no defense on this team.
Ain't got no defense on this team.
I mean, if Ray Burrell is your best defender, you got a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. She got cooked in a rival. Ray Burrell is your best defender, you got a problem. So, point guard, it better be a defender. Power forward or center, it better be a defender.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need no scoring. They got enough shooters on this team. Rakia Jackson going to be a year removed from her rookie season. She came into her own. You got Kelsey Plum who's going to be on the revenge tour. Odyssey Sims is a scorer as well. They don't need no real scoring. Ray Burrell is a catch and shoot player. Stevens going to shoot the ball as well. They need defenders on this team. What do you think they finish?
I think they should be a playoff team. I still have them like on the bottom half. They should probably finish about 6-8. I don't know. I think 6-8 is very interchangeable. Like, I think 6-8 is very interchangeable. And that's with me saying that I think the Sky will probably be 6-8. But I think, to me, I still pick the Sky roster over this roster. I think the Sky roster is a little bit more complete than this roster. Because
you nice, B.
You think LA gonna be at the bottom half?
I don't think they make the playoffs. This team is too incomplete.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they make the. Do you think this roster is better than Chicago roster?
I don't think so.
Do you think this roster is better than Atlanta roster?
Nope.
Aces?
Mm-mm.
Mercury?
That's where you get me. I think this roster can compete with Phoenix because I don't think Phoenix.
That ain't what I asked you, B. I said, do you think it's better? Not compete.
I would take this roster over Phoenix roster right now. I don't think Phoenix can play defense either. So I would take this roster over Phoenix roster.
Okay. So Phoenix for you. Phoenix is out. For me, Sparks is out.
Sparks
I
is
got
out.
Phoenix at 8. You got Sparks at probably 8.
Yeah.
Because the top 4 teams are locked in. Lynx, Liberty, Fever, Aces. Then you got, I think you got Atlanta, Chicago, and Seattle. Atlanta, I think Atlanta, Chicago, and Seattle is going to be in that. That's your 5 to 7 range.
Okay.
That 5 to 7 gonna be Chicago, Atlanta, and Seattle. And I got ironically, I got Mystics, LA, and Mercury vying for that number 8 spot. I got them down to the Dallas needs one more year.
Okay.
Dallas' problem is I don't think they know who their starters are.
Yeah.
And when you look, I've been playing basketball a long time. When you go in, anytime I went into a season and we didn't know who the starting 5 was, we struggled. We never could just figure it out. And we'll go into the next offseason and make adjustments like, hey, this is why we didn't know who the starters was, because this person likes to do this or likes to do that. So I got Dallas. Right on the outside looking in. But come 2026, they making the playoffs. I just got them. They need to figure this out with Enrique. That's what I think. For me, they'll start off the season losing too many games, and they won't be able to make it up. That's why I got them. I think they'll pick up later, but it'll just be too late. I got them just missing it. I got them in the Mystics just losing too many games to start the season.
Yeah.
And I think the same thing going to be with the Sparks. That's why I got the Mercury. I think the Sparks is just going to lose too many games to start the season. That's what I think. I just think too many games to start the season. They going to make a push. Sparks going to make a push after the All-Star break, but it's going to be a little too late. They ain't going to have time to make them games up. That's why I got the Mercury making it, because they got vets. They kind of know who the go-to is outside of like just getting another rim protector. They already kind of know what the starters look like. So that's why I got them. That's why I got the Mercury over them. I just believe in Kai, Thomas, and Satu a little more. That's all.
Okay.
That's all. I just believe in them a little more. That's all. But yeah, we in the same ballpark with most of the teams though, as far as like the playoff rankings go. So the Lynx finished last season losing to the Liberty in the finals. Looking at their roster, their needs are another ball handler and replace that power forward position that Hein Allen brought to them last year to play alongside either Smith or Fee. They need somebody that's interchangeable. Their front court is in the same position that Chicago's front court is in. Of the type of power forward they need, both of them need the same type of power forward, in my opinion. Because Fee and Smith can rim protect. They need somebody that gives them another element outside of what they're already good at, which is shooting. They need somebody. They don't even have to be a 3-point shooter. Somebody who can shoot the 15-foot shot. Somebody who can be in the dunker spot and don't gotta worry about a backdoor pass or stuff like that or having the ball a lot. They need somebody who can just catch and shoot in the front court.
That's why I was surprised.
They do have the 15, the 24, and the 36. So again, maybe they feel like at 15 they can get that player. Maybe they feel like that player that they probably was looking at 11 was like, we can probably get the same type of player at 15.
Probably.
Like I said, I think their team is set too. No, you go ahead.
You think Timpson will be good for this team?
I think she would.
Mm-hmm.
I think Timpson would be good for this team. I think she would. I really think Tipson or
Timpson is like a bigger Hans Allen to me. Rebound better, shoot the mid range better, and happens to be bigger.
yeah, I would like Tipson on this team. I would like Tipson. Look, I would even like Madison Scott. I would like Madison Scott on this team.
I like Madison Scott for this team. I do.
Because let's say they can go small ball with Madison Scott. You can put McBuckets at the 3, Bridget at the 2, Courtney at the 1, Fee at the 5, put Madison at the 4 if you go small ball. I would like Madison with this team. She wouldn't be in Fee way. I like Madison. Madison to fit on this team as well. Maybe Tipson won't be there at 24. I think at 24, I think they're going to get another scorer. They do need another scorer off the bench, like just a bucket getter, like nothing else, just bucket getter. Like they need another scorer off the bench. I don't think Isaiah James gonna fall that far.
They may be able to get a
maybe a Poindexter, maybe like a Poindexter at that 24. Huh?
Yeah, I think Poindexter or Leonai at 24.
Leonai, yeah, somebody like that at that 24th pick. But I think Tipson or Madison at that 15 pick is not a bad pick for them at all. Unless they feel like, they can get Tipson or Ryan Marshall at 24 and they go get Isaiah James at 15. They go get somebody like Isaiah James at 15.
Yeah, because we got to think about the 16 players that got invited. Somebody is going to the Lynx at 15.
Somebody's going to the Lynx at 15.
Which is kind of scary because Sherry's don't play rookies. But if you come in with the right skill set that she needs to win now, I think you get a chance to play. And I think rebounding is something that can help this team now. So whoever she get at 15, like I wouldn't want Isaiah James to go to the Lynx. Reason being, they can already score. She can't help them rebound the ball. She wouldn't play. But like a Timpson or somebody would play because what she does best helps the team.
Yeah. Okay. I'm with that. That makes sense. Like I said, I think 15 and 24 is a rebounder, another rebounder that can play with Smith or Fee and a scorer. They do need another bucket getter off the bench. Because Bridget Carrington, she's more of a catch and shooter. McBuckets can get buckets. Courtney Williams is Courtney Williams, mid-range assassin. We know who she is. But I think they do need another like bucket getter in their backcourt to play alongside Heidemann when she comes in.
Yeah. I think that's why they
because Bridget is more of just I
think that's why they went and got Katie Lou. Not Katie Lou, Carly.
Carly Lou, yeah. Carly Lou. To play that 3 spot.
Uh-huh.
But she can play the 2-2, like, yeah.
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 The Lynx are because Steve's gonna have them in position every year. You look at the roster and you like, there's no way this roster should be the number 2 team in the league. But yet, they have a good chance at being the number 2 team in the league. Crazy.
Hey, and Cheryl Reeves, we believe. I think they challenged the Liberty for the number 1 spot this year. That's if the Liberty have that championship hangover and drop a couple games. I think Lynx is in position to take the number 1 seed this year and get home court advantage throughout the playoffs. Yeah, they just need a rebounder, and I think they need Let me ask you this though.
Mm-hmm.
The 15 pick, we keep saying this team is already set, right?
Mm-hmm.
With that 15 pick, what if they say we going to get our point guard for the future?
Who do you think will be there? Man, I know one thing. If the Sky let Serena Sundell go past them at a 10 or 11,
boy, I'm going to lose my shit. I'm going to lose my shit.
Lose my mind. Because I can see her being on the Lynx and being a perfect fit.
Hey, B, we going to be live. You might hit a TV crash. I'm going to pull a TV off the wall. I'm going to lose my shit. If Chicago let Serena Sundell get out the first round, I'm going to lose my shit. I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. You got 2 back-to-back picks, and if one of them ain't Sundell, and if Sundell is still available at the 13th pick, look here, man. I mean, at the 12th pick, look here, man. Look here, man. Look here, man. I'm going on Etsy. I'm drawing up a petition to get Jeff fired.
Yes.
Because that is malpractice. That is malpractice at its finest. At its finest. Yeah, I mean, the reason I asked that question is because this team is set. I think all of their picks are for the future because, like you said, Cheryl Reeves doesn't like playing rookies.
Mm-hmm.
For them to keep these picks, especially the 15th pick, I think because, again, they traded the 11th pick but kept the 15th pick. So that means they got their eye on something at 15.
Yep.
Something at 15 they like.
Yep.
I could see them getting a piece for the future in their backcourt because Bridget Carrington is going to be a free agent. Courtney Williams is going to be a free agent. McBuckets is going to be a free agent. Heidemann just read up for 1 year. She was a free agent. She read up for 1 year, came back. 2 of them gone. I think 2 of them are going. They about to do that ceremonial, run it back one more time to see what can happen. And I think in 2026, 2 of them is going. So I could see them with that 15 pick getting a guard for the future, whether it be a 2 guard or a point guard. I could see them getting a guard for the future. And with that 24 pick, getting another rebounder and possibly getting the best wing defender in the draft left at 36. Because they do need some wing defenders. I'm looking at their bench. I don't believe in their bench defense. They need some wing defenders out there that can grow into their own throughout the season that might surprise them. So at 36, I'm going to get, if I'm the Lynx, I'm going to get me a wing defender, but I'm going to get me a guard at the 15 pick for the future because my starting lineup is pretty set and they're going to play heavy minutes. 24, going to give me a rebounder, see if they can crack the 12-man rotation. Just see. I mean, yeah. I mean, 15, I'm going to get somebody for the future. No, none of these picks are for now. My team said.
Yeah.
If I'm them. I'm not looking at somebody that can have an impact next year. My team said. I'm thinking about the future. And that 15 pick makes sense for my future. So wait, you say you got them? You got them at 1 or 2?
2.
All right.
New York.
New York. WNBA 2024 champions. New York. 32-28 record in 2024. They have 1 pick in the draft after trading away their first round pick for Natasha Cloud. At 37, what are they testing the waters for, B?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Why did he even have that pick?
They didn't even need that pick for real.
Nobody probably didn't want it. That's why
they probably sign another European player that's not gonna come over. They just gonna hold on to it forever. But New York don't need nothing.
Nothing. Now, I will say this. With that 37 pick, I'm going to get the best available big just to see what they can become. Like you said, maybe testing somebody overseas because Jacquel Jones is getting up there. Get another big rim protector in there. Somebody can just protect the rim, run the floor. Don't need the ball. Just protect the rim and run the floor. Just to see in the next 2-3 years if I can build them into a rim protector that can just run the floor. Just see. I got the pick. Why not just do something with it? Like I can see them doing something like that. Just go and get a foreign player saying, you don't got to come over right now. We'll see you in 2 years.
Any other team lose Benijah Laney Hamilton for the rest of the season, you like, oh my God, they need a draft. They got to draft somebody. New York lose Benijah, and you just like, they okay. Like, they okay. Leone just
they won't make the roster, B.
Huh?
I don't think they make the roster.
No. Like Marine
that's why I said foreign player.
Marine Johannes is coming over. You just unlocked a whole new character for this team. Like, it's just like.
That's why I say go get you a foreign player and tell her wait 2 years. Like this team don't need nothing.
They go get Natasha Cloud. She gonna start. Your starting lineup is gonna be Cloud, Sabrina, Leone, Stewie, and JJ. Coming off the bench, you're gonna have Niara, Marine Johannes. Who else they got? And probably
they got
Burke and probably Izzy.
Yep.
They New York don't need nothing.
That's why I said the only thing they need on this team is a little more rim protecting, but it ain't. I don't think they're gonna get that with the 37 pick.
Nope.
Yeah. So that's a quick move on. Where you got them going? Where you got them going?
One.
You got them at 1. I got them at 1-2 as of now. I got them at 1-2. You got them repeating?
Repeating is hard. I think this season, if they don't repeat with the roster that they have, it would be a bigger disappointment than them losing last season. I think this season, their name is on the trophy already, and it's stuck there. You look at this roster, they're supposed to repeat. Like, you lost nothing. You bring back more. Yes, you lost Benijah, but Benijah wasn't healthy during the last part of the season anyway. She was coming off of an ankle surgery. You almost have to repeat. But I think repeating is tougher than people think it is. I don't think it'll be as easy.
Yeah. I agree. The Mercury, no draft picks. How you got no draft picks
and no roster?
Finished 2 games below 500 at 19-21. Like we talked about earlier, they need another point guard, probably somebody on the perimeter, but I do think they need another big. Natasha Mack doesn't do it for me. I think they need another big, another rim protecting big. Kalani Brown don't do it for me either. I do think they need a point guard to help Alyssa Thomas out, to be able to get Khalil Copper the ball. They need
everything.
Now that I think about it, B.
They ain't making the playoffs, so Satu can't play defense, save her life. Kalia Copper can't play defense either. Kalani Brown is not a rim protector. Natasha Mack can get you a block here and there, but I ain't scared of her either. Sammy Wickham is old as all get out.
B, calm down, B. You got me about to put them last team in the league, man. Calm down,
Like,
man.
they don't have
the team, man.
you want AT to be your point guard. If you take AT to be your point guard, who's your power forward?
Hey, B. This team not making the playoffs.
This team not making the playoff.
I'm putting the Sparks. I'm gonna go with the Sparks, man. Even after that slow start, I think they're gonna have. I just think this team gonna lose games all year.
They don't have the defense. You can say they got the offense, but the offense is inconsistent. AT, I'm not worried about her.
Damn.
Kalia Copper, I'll probably get her the 3-point shot just to stop her from getting to the rim. Satu is really the only one who can score. And even then, that's inconsistent.
Yeah.
Unless they like get out and run in transition every time, I'm just not sold on this team.
Damn, man.
They got so much money.
Hey, Tulip, my bad, Tulip. You keep asking for your my bad, Tulip. I'm sorry. I apologize, Tulip.
You know who they would benefit from? A Kennedy Carter.
Yep.
Because they got the money, they just don't got a draft pick. They got no draft picks.
No. Want me to tell you who they need? And we talked about it earlier. They need Aerial Powers.
Yeah. They need to go get Powers and they need to go get Kennedy Carter. I know it's a lot of you think of a Kennedy Carter, Area Powers, an AT, a Kalia Copper, and you like, boom, explosion. But they need that. Like, they need this. Yeah. They need that. That would make this team a little bit more appealing.
Yeah. Hey, they GM should be fired. I don't know how they still got a job right now. Because this was a horrible.
You know who their GM is, right? Well, the owner is. The owner is the owner for the Suns, the Phoenix Suns.
That's why. You're right.
This is why this team is like this. He does this.
Because look, they got their Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and KD. And that's it.
And nothing else.
This team got the same thing. You got Kalia Copper, Satu, and Thomas, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
This is bad, man. Damn. And this is how bad this is, B. They're all eligible to leave in 2026.
Yep.
That's how bad this is. You gave away draft picks, and you gave these players are winners.
Mm-hmm. They're not gonna want to do
They
this.
will not like this. You gave away draft picks and capital for winning players and gave them a losing roster, and you think they're gonna resign? You think they about to resign?
No. Kalia Copper may be back in Chicago.
Especially Alyssa and Copper. Copper got traded there. She was never loyal to them.
She didn't want to be there in the first place.
This is bad. This is bad. This bad.
At least with draft picks, you can be like, okay, we can get this, we can get that. Fill in a gap here, fill in a gap there. They ain't even got no draft picks. They got all the money in the world, but no draft picks.
Hey, this is bad. Damn, man. I apologize. I seen their roster when I was putting this together, but I didn't really pay attention to it. No, I really did play it. If I'd have actually paid attention to it, you could tell I was rushing this morning. I really didn't pay attention to it when I was putting it together. This bad.
Like they could have went and got Erica Wheeler before Seattle got her. They could have went and got a Zaya Cook or somebody. No, it was pieces out there. They could have got Katie Lou before Seattle got her. The Fever bought her out. They could have went and got Katie. Man, I don't know what the GM was thinking. Like, even with you having a starting lineup, Copper gonna start, Thomas gonna start, Satu gonna start, Brown gonna start, maybe Natasha Mack start, or maybe Sammy Wickham start. Who coming?
Damn, this bad. This bad, man. They don't got a bench. They don't even got a starting five.
Because you don't know who start. Outside of the
this is not a starting five. Yeah.
You don't know who start.
How you don't got one draft pick? What this?
Then Satu talking about she want to play the 4.
This is bad, man. I got them with the worst record behind. I got them with the second worst record next year.
It's gonna be Connecticut, Phoenix, and the Valks.
I actually got the Valkyrie with a better record than Phoenix next year.
Yeah.
Because guess what's gonna happen? Guess what's gonna happen? The Valkyrie, they got players who actually want to play basketball.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be, they not gonna win off of their talent. No, that's why they're not gonna have a winning record. They're gonna win games because they're gonna have players that play hard.
Yeah.
If you look at that Valkyries roster, they went in that expansion draft, they went get players that actually just want to play hard. They didn't go get no showboaty players. They didn't go get none of the flashy players. They went get players that just want to play hard. They gonna win games off of effort.
Yep.
I got them with the second or third best record, worst record in the league. Again, I agree with you with Connecticut, Valkyrie, and them. They'll be fighting for that worst record. This is bad. Who their coach is?
I don't even know. I don't even know who the coach is.
This bad.
Because remember, they fired their coach.
Yeah. Yeah. Who did they hire? Hey, somebody in the chat, tell me who the Phoenix Mercury hired as their coach. This is bad. Yeah, I got the Sparks with that 8 seed. I got the Sparks with that 8 seed. I got tired of looking at that slide, B. I got tired of looking at the slide. I just got tired of looking at it. Next up, Seattle Storm finished with a record of 25-15. They have the number 2 pick, the number 25, number 28, and number 33 pick. Again, we got 916 people watching. Hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Let's go. I have them needing a point guard, a small forward. I think they need another wing defender with Harston injured, and I think they need a backup 4 to go alongside NECA and Ezzy. How do you feel?
I think for me, I probably would address the Jordan Horston hole right now. I'll probably address that at 2. I know Dominique Malanga is like a player that you just don't pass on. Everybody like, you don't pass on Dominique. You don't pass on Dominique. I think Seattle passes on Dominique because they have Ezzy. Ezzy, to me, with the right development, can be a dangerous player. She can shoot the 3. Yeah. She can score at the rim. She can rebound. She plays great defense. She's going to be defensive player of the year at some point.
She's defensive first team.
And Ezzy is the reason why I think you pass on a Dominique. If you do. because I think she can get to that level. With Horston being out, I think you have to address that hole. Yes, you have Alicia Clark, but Alicia Clark is like 40.
Yeah.
You need to address that hole, and I probably go get a Sonia Citron. I know people don't want Sonia Citron to go too, but Sonia Citron would be so perfect for this team. Like she would be so perfect.
She actually would. She actually would. She
so
would.
perfect. Like she's plug and play. She shoots the three. She play defense. She gonna do whatever the coach need her to do, and she gives you youth next to Skylar. If you want to put in a starting lineup, if you don't want to put in a starting lineup, you can bring her off the bench. She can handle the ball at times. Like I think she would just be the perfect person for this team. They have a lot of pieces. It's just how they decide to play it. I'm not sold on Katie Lou. Katie Lou is the type of player who I think is a hybrid who don't really have a position. You can't play her at the 4 because she's too small for 4s. Ironically, she's 6'3", but she's too small for 4s. You can't play her at the 3 because she's too slow for 3s. So I don't know where you play her. Erica Wheeler is a good backup, but like, do you want to be stuck with Erica Wheeler as your backup point guard? Zaya Cook is athletic as all get out, but like she just haven't translated yet to the W. Lexi Brown can shoot the 3 well, but unfortunately she has an illness that she can't control. I think Sonia Citron can do almost everything those players I named.
B, I'm listening to you, and I got a question for you while you're still in your soliloquy. Yeah. I'm thinking, who's worthy of the number 2 pick? I'm thinking,
that's what
right?
I was thinking. I'm like, who's worthy?
So let me throw this out to you. What if Seattle says we're drafting Cheyenne Sellers? She can play the 2 her rookie year, and next year move to the 1.
I don't disagree. That's why I'm like,
you don't need like prolific shooting from her because you got Skylar and Gabby Williams in your backcourt as well.
Yeah,
she can be your in between game and your defender.
Yeah,
6'2" shooting guard. B 6'2" shooting guard.
That's why I said the number 1 pick is Paige is going number 1. Everything after that, you have no clue. Seattle can go in so many different directions with the number 2 pick. So many different directions. I don't know.
Yeah.
The number 1, I'm just like,
okay. This is crazy.
And it's not like they need a lot. They literally just need the number 2 pick on this roster.
Yeah. I mean, they got 3 options. You get your point guard of the future who plays your shooting guard in year 1.
Yeah.
You get your generational talent of the future and just figure out what they play later on in Dominique Malanga. Or you get your plug and play piece because you feel like this roster can compete next year for a championship. And you go get Citron.
They literally can go any direction. Literally, whatever direction they go in would not be bad for them at all.
It wouldn't. At all. It wouldn't. It's according to what their vision looks like next year. Their vision is going to determine that pick, not their roster. That's why I said they got 3 options because it won't be their roster will not determine that pick. It'll be their vision for next season.
Yep.
Because they really have a competent roster that can compete. They went get shooting with Lexi Brown if she can stay healthy. Erica Wheeler, I know she's on a training contract, but I think she'll end up making a roster. You got Zaya Cook. I mean, Nika Mew. I don't even know why she's on the roster. She's so overhyped. Man, she make more. She done did more Under Armour commercials than games she played.
Yep. I don't know why she.
You gotta stop this, man.
I tell people if Nika Mule can make a roster, don't ever count out Poa, because if Nika Mule on the roster, Poa can make a roster. But
yeah, Nika Mule is only on that roster because she was in UConn.
Yep.
She living off of her college cred.
But Seattle fair roster. You got Alicia Clark, who's a veteran, who can shoot the three. I've seen her play the four better than some fours at 5'11". I know the Ace is mad she's gone. Whatever team I've never met a player. Well, there's some players out there, but a player who goes to a team and just makes the team better. She does nothing to harm your team. She only makes the team better. And I think she's going to do it. And she back in Seattle, the place where she started. I just think she's just going to be a good piece for them. You get a 4th season of Gabby Williams almost. Becca and Skylar are veterans. Ezzy is Defensive Player of the Year. I like Seattle team. I know a lot of people don't like Seattle team, but I like Seattle team.
Yeah, I'm a fan of it. I'm a fan of it. Now that I look at it, I'm a fan of it. They got shooting, they got front court defense, they got perimeter defense. They do need some more length, but outside of that, which Sellers and Citron both can help, and Dominique can help with length. So, I mean, they can go either way with that number 2 pick. I can see either 3 of them going number 2.
Yep.
It depends. Again, it depends on what the GM's vision is for this year and next year. I think that's going to determine that pick. Yeah. Where you got them finishing?
Seattle will be in that 5 range for me. They may be the 5th seed.
Okay.
I think they finished in the same position they did last year. So
okay.
I got.
So you got Chicago 6?
Chicago 6. Chicago and Seattle to me can be interchangeable. One would be 5 and one would be 6, but I got them. I would be biased and say I'm taking Chicago at 5, but I can see us not gelling in the beginning, which causes us to be 6. But I think
trying to figure it out. Yeah,
I think the top 4 is set with the Aces, Indiana, Minnesota, and New York.
Okay. I can see that. I like the we both got the same 4. The positions are probably different, but we both got the same 4. I got, again, Chicago, Seattle, and who else I said it was? Chicago and Atlanta is going to be vying for that 5 through 7. Chicago, Atlanta, and Seattle is going to be that 5 through 7 seed. And again, it won't even be that big of a difference. It'll be like a game here. Somebody might have the tiebreaker. I don't think their records will be that different. I think it'll be tiebreaker kind of thing. Because I got Fever locked in at that number 4. Next up in the final and last team, man. Appreciate all y'all for rocking with us for almost 3.5 hours, man. Like I told y'all, I was giving y'all a draft marathon today. Again, we're going live at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure y'all pull up the Star Hoop Central. We will be streaming from our channels as well, not just Star Hoop Central. But if you want to pull up to Star Hoop Central, we'll be doing the live draft party and like an hour, like two hours basically in 2 hours. So make sure y'all go get y'all coffee, go run to the store, get y'all Bang energy drink and y'all chips, so y'all can come hang out with us, man. And look, we got a entertaining show. We'll be going over our official mock drafts. That's why we didn't really give a lot of info on the players for each pick. We got our official mock drafts tonight, and we'll be breaking down each player as they're drafted. So Make sure you tune in tonight, man. Make sure you tune in tonight. But B, let's get to this last and final team before we get out of here. We got the Washington Mystics, finished last season 14-26. They have 3 first-round picks with the 3rd, the 4th, and the 6th. They have the 23rd and the 31st pick as well. At this current moment, they literally only have a starting lineup on their roster, and that's not even a starting lineup. What do Mystics need to go with this draft? Where do the Mystics need to go?
The Mystics is the draft.
Big facts.
They literally the draft. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 players on the roster. You need
so
14.
the ones with nothing next to their names, they got training camp invites.
Oh, they ain't even got 8. They got 5.
Yeah, that's training camp invites.
I think 3, 4 is a guard and a big. 6 will be like a small forward. 23 and 31, I think, will be probably another guard and maybe a 2 guard. No, 3, 4 guard and a big. 6 would be a shooting guard. 23 would probably be another point guard or shooting guard, and 31 would be like a small forward.
Okay. See, we took this 2 different directions.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in the first round, they need to go get their point guard for the future.
Mm-hmm.
At number 3, they need to go get their point guard at number 3, and with 4 and 6, they need to go get their wing defenders.
Okay.
They need to go get their shooting guard for the future. Because I don't think Brittany Sykes is their shooting guard for the future. They need to go get their shooting guard for the future. I think she's going. I don't even think they bring her back. I just think they couldn't get off of her. I just think because look, they traded away. Look. I think they just couldn't find a suitable trade for her.
Yeah.
I don't think they brought her back by necessity. I think with 4 and 6, they're going to get their wings for the future. Their 3 and D wings for the future. 23, I think they're going to get a rim protector for the future. At 23 and 31, they do need more shooting. I think they're going to get a shooter at 31.
Yeah.
I can see them getting the best available shooter left at 31. Because if you can get your point guard for the future and 2, 3 and D wings in the first round, you win the draft. You literally, if you look at if the GM go to their meeting the next day and they're able to get that in this draft, and at 23 get a rim protector, maybe like Tipson or Raya Marshall, they win this draft.
Yeah,
I don't think Shakira is going to be there long term.
No.
I don't think Stephanie Dawson is going to be there long term. I think Aaliyah Edwards is their only front court player. So I know they got Shakira and Dawson right now, but I'm not. The only person on this roster I'm counting is Aaliyah Edwards. I think next year all of them are gone.
Yep.
Maybe Jade and Aaliyah Edwards is the only 2 that come back. Everybody else is gone. So you can address your point guard position, your wing, your shooting, and your rim protection.
That's why I think Malanga is a good fit for this team. She a good fit for this team. I know people looking at it and like, well, they got Aaliyah Edwards, Steph Dawson, and Sykes, but I think you add Malanga to this team. Shakira Austin not coming back, Dawson not coming back, and Sykes not coming back. You'll have a backcourt of Aaliyah Edwards and Malanga for your future. I don't think that's a bad backcourt. I think that's a. I mean,
what if I told you? What if I told you the Mystics? What if I told you the Mystics could have Aaliyah Edwards, Dominique Malanga, Cheyenne Sellers, and Sanaya Rivers for your future.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I actually had them going out there and getting the European player, Jock T. I know she
Joyce?
didn't get invited, but she got invited. She's playing.
No, she got it. She got invited.
Yeah,
she turned it down. She got invited.
Right now.
Yeah,
but I had her going to them as a shooting guard. She's a really good shooting guard.
I was thinking about her. B, but I looked at their previous drafts. They ain't really a team that drafts a lot of foreign players.
No.
I was thinking about them though. I had her probably going to them at 6, but I just like Rivers to them at 6. So I got them Dominique Malonga at 3 if she doesn't go. If she does go, I got Citron going to them at 3. So I got them with Citron, Sellers, or it's either gonna be Citron or Dominique at 3, Sellers at 4, and I got them getting to Naya Rivers at 6.
We similar. I had them getting Malonga, Sellers, and I had the European player going to them, Jock T at 6. But it's the same concept: a shooting guard, a point guard, and a big.
Yeah. Because I was thinking about Tipson, like Tipson or Raya Marshall. One of them can fall, or even Sedona Prince.
Yeah.
Sedona Prince can go to them at 23.
Yeah.
You get all your perimeter players in the first round, and you get your shooter at 31, and you get your big at 23 to play alongside Aaliyah Edwards. So you can have.
I got them being a better team than Phoenix.
Hey, if they draft right,
I got them.
If they draft right, if they draft right, if they draft right, again, this team, they're drafting for the next 5 years. They're not drafting to make the playoffs next year or even a year after that. They're drafting for the next 5 years. They're drafting so because they'll have a high pick next year as well. They're drafting to build out probably for 2027, 2028 to start trying to make a playoff push. I think they're drafting to make a playoff push in 2027. For them to acquire that many first round picks, that lets you know they're in rebuild mode, and they just gonna kind of see what happens. Again, I don't think nobody on this roster gonna be there next year besides those rookies, Aaliyah Edwards and Melbourne. That's it. That's all that's gonna be on that roster. So where you got them finishing?
I got Connecticut last. I got Phoenix second to last. The Valks may have a better record than them. I got them and the Valks battling for like the third worst team, depending on how they draft. But still, bringing in a lot of rookies can be difficult to get them up to speed, and that's where the Valks may have an advantage because they're just not a team full of rookies. So I probably put them third and put the Valks fourth. And then Dallas and LA battling for that 8th spot.
Okay. I got them. I got them and Connecticut in the same boat.
Yeah.
2-3 game difference. I think the Mystics will probably be the worst team in the league next year.
Yeah.
I think they'll probably be the worst team in the league next year. And I'm gonna tell you this. Sykes will be traded before the All-Star break. Because she doesn't make sense on this team at all. She doesn't make sense on this team. They're gonna try to get something in next year's draft for Sykes. Because she doesn't make sense on this team. But yeah. This team will be young, building for a 2027, 2028 playoff push. They're looking for competent pieces that make sense. That fit whatever they got going on moving forward. I think that's what they'll do. Whatever plan they have of the vision of the team they want, that's how they'll draft. And again, I think it'll start with their perimeter. When you're rebuilding, it always starts with your perimeter. What do I want my perimeter to look like? Do I want it to be big, shooting, lengthy, defense, ball handlers? Like, what do I want it to be? And for them to have 3 picks in the top 6 in this draft is a great start for them. So I think they're in prime position to have the best draft if they do it correctly. They're in prime position to have the best draft this year if they do it correctly. But other than that, B, any other comments, concerns, questions before we head out of here and get ready for Star Hoop Central at 5 p.m.?
Not really. Just thank y'all to the chat for rocking with us. Like Zoe said, it's a marathon today. The draft is today. Everybody is excited to see where these players go. So y'all gonna see some more of us later on today. Make sure y'all like the videos on both pages. Subscribe to both pages. Go subscribe to Star Hoop Central, and y'all will see us later on tonight.
And again, I'll put all B page and Star Hoop Central page in the description after the video. So if you watch this video on playback, both the links will be in there. And we'll go from there. Again, we'll see y'all in a couple hours on Star Hoop Central for the live draft pregame show. We got some exciting stuff to show y'all. I'm excited to talk to y'all again and see y'all a little later. B, appreciate you as always. I'm gonna put you on Front Street. Look, y'all, I won't be to come back up here possibly tomorrow, and we'll do a rundown of who had the best draft. So B, if you available tomorrow, I'm putting you on Front Street in front of your subscribers. So y'all, if y'all ask me where she at, I asked her live. I asked her live.
I got school tomorrow. But
so look,
I should be free after 3 tomorrow though.
So y'all might see us after 3. We might have to make that work. Because I do want to finish out this draft with my girl B, man, because this is going to be a great show when people watch this back on how we broke this down and the information we gave y'all. So I do want to finish this show with my girl, this draft report with my girl B. So we might see y'all tomorrow after 3, man. We'll see. We'll see what that looks like. That might actually work for me. That way I ain't got to get up early. That might work for me. But again, appreciate you, B, for pulling up. Again, Star Hoop Central, 5 p.m. Y'all go get y'all coffee, y'all bang, y'all chips, y'all Mike and Ike's, y'all candy, whatever y'all got to get. Go take y'all a 2-hour cat nap, and we'll see y'all in a couple hours.
I am Zoe Media, where the passion collide. Spotlight the hustle, bring the grind worldwide. From interviews to moves, the game's in my scope. Showcasing the greatness, inspiring hope. She cross up defender, step back, that's clean. Highlight moments, blowing up the whole scene. From buzzer beaters, the teamwork extreme. The beauty of the game, living out the dream. I break it all down, every pick, every roll. From the layups to the swishes, every hoop, every goal. Got the mic in my hand, got the stats in my soul. Women's basketball shining, that's the ultimate role. From legends of the past.